What's up, everybody? How y'all doing this evening, tonight, early morning, whenever you catch this? This is your boy Food Junkie, just coming at you with a little video. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing this evening, tonight, early morning, whenever you turn it down. Don't want to hear all that. Yeah. Start a title. We're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna give you a little bit of history and things like that. The history will always be important. The history will always be relevant. The history will always be what it is. Now, first, a couple of disclaimers before I get started on this video. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? First off, let me make it abundantly clear. This does not paint me in the best light. I'm not an innocent person in this situation. I'm not a victim of a situation. I am and was an active participant in all things that I do, that I get involved with, and that happens. Now, some things are out of my control, but the thing I can control is how I choose to participate in what goes on, and how I chose to participate in what's going on, and how I choose to participate in what's going on. So let's put that out there right there. First disclaimer. Second disclaimer, you are entitled to have your faves. You are entitled to dislike me. You are entitled to have an opinion, as we all have opinions. But what you are not entitled to do is to come over to my house and be allowed to spew negativity, ugliness, and hatred in my direction and expect me to just eat it without having an opinion about your opinion. Someone wrote, let me tell you what this is about. I make some videos the past couple of days, posted some things, whatever, you know what I'm saying? People have opinions, which is fine. That's not what it's about. Not upset, not mad, not anything like that. But it's really funny to me how people claim to be intelligent, knowledgeable, and things of that nature. But yet it seems that people really don't understand what's going on or can grasp a simple concept of what has transpired, why it's transpired, why it's transpiring, and things of that nature. Not seeming to really catch fire to what's happening or what's been happening and what's been going on. And like I said, that's what the whole your faves and your picks comes into play. I'm tired to that. But when I made the comment, forgiveness starts with truth, understanding starts with truth, decency starts with truth, and honesty. All those things combined starts with truth and honesty. And I think that I've been extremely transparent in what's been going on, what has been happening, and things of that nature. I've been reading the comments under my videos and under my posts and things. I've been reading the comments. And things aren't too crazy, but at the same time, I think people really don't understand why I do what I do and why I've been doing what I've been doing. So to kind of explain that, I'm gonna give you a little brief history, not brief, I'm gonna give you a history lesson, but also go to address a couple of things that have been said in these comments as well to ask, where have you been? The last thing I read was something about someone said, well, you talk about old boy and old boy talks about you. There's times when you bring him up, even if it's commentary, you're talking about him. There's a difference in me talking about what you've done here on YouTube and me trying to disparage someone's character and flat out tell lies about them. That's a big difference. And of course, I know that everyone and anyone are on here, subscriber and content creator alike, have every right to say and do whatever they want to say and do. But when I'm not bothering you and I'm not mentioning you, and I've done nothing here on YouTube to warrant my name being mentioned, you're talking about the sky being blue. You're talking about, something that have nothing to do with me whatsoever. Then all of a sudden my name get brought up. That's what I'm talking about. what kind of irritates me, because like there's no need for you to mention my name because you know I'm going to respond, or you want me to respond in a way that isn't favorable to you, because that's what I'm going to do. But if you say leave you alone, all you have to do is leave me alone. And that's, to me, is very simple. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple for that to happen. You don't want me to talk about you. You don't want me to mention you. But yet, when I do mention you, is that goes with your narrative that, oh, I'm stalking you, I'm harassing you, I won't leave you alone, and quote unquote, I want you, which I don't get that. But okay, so delusion is what it is, delusion. But I'm going to take you back circa 2019, 2018. Actually, no, I'm taking you back further than that, actually. This is where the history lesson comes to place. And people who's been here, who's been watching, who's been seeing, who heard this story before, if my story changes, let me know. Y'all know I don't mind being corrected. There's a way to correct me what's not, and I am receptive to it. And there's a way not to, which will get you ignored, blocked, or whatever the case, cussed out, whatever I feel like doing at the moment. So, circa 2014, I ran across this thing called YouTube. I don't know what it was, if it was a sector or not, or what the case may be, but I ran into some things where I was watching people. I'm watching Cynthia G talking about how black men ain't nothing. I'm watching, you know, Alexander Rogers, and him and the whole Funky Dineva thing. I'm watching Funky Dineva harass Sheree. I'm doing all these things, what's not. Ran across someone named James Caldwell. At that time, he was doing some public access stuff that I was seeing on YouTube. Then, since I watched The Housewives, I started, what's up, baby? How you doing? I started watching his reviews on different shows. It was not some shows I watched, some shows I didn't watch. The Housewives shows I watched, so I started watching that. Upon watching him, ran into, certain individual from Baltimore. Found out that this individual from Baltimore, James, and Alexander Rogers, were all cool. I'm like, oh, they sound cool. They sound like they have a very interesting friendship here on YouTube. And I have qualities and traits that, they all have. I think that, let me watch them. So watching them, whatever case may be, the person from Baltimore, found it funny. That's when they were in their car, screaming and yelling, cussing and fussing. A lot of motherfuckers and stuff like that was going on in the car. Y'all remember those videos back in the days when there was a lot of motherfuckers in the videos and things like that happening. And it was interesting and cute for a moment. Like I said, I get very tired very easily about certain things that isn't for me. So I fell back on watching that individual for a while. Cut to 2016, the whole Vegas thing. Since Alexander Rogers and James was there, and I watched them, and also Nika, I watched her. I mean, somehow she got into makes me watching her as well. So I said, oh, this is interesting. I heard about the whole blackout thing, all the stuff that's going on, the Justin J stuff, all this stuff. I heard all this stuff. I was watching that stuff as well. But I'm like, oh, this is interesting. They not doing this, but they're going to do this in Vegas. So let me see what they're doing, whatever. So watched all that stuff. Everything was fine. Everything was fine. When they got home, whatever happened. So no one really was talking. Nika was making videos, and then finally James came out with a video. Alexander Rogers to make a video about it. Squeaky to make a video about it. Tiki made a couple videos that I watched hers, a couple videos that she made, whatever you're saying, explaining her side of the situation, to combat what was being said about her. And mind you, I wasn't watching this other individual like that, I was watching sporadically or sparingly, whatever, because I wasn't into all the yelling and screaming and cussing and screaming and chopping, things like that. I'm saying it was cute for a moment, but it wasn't cute anymore. To me, it was interesting anymore to me. So cut to, like I said, 2016, when the whole Vegas thing came out, there was a video made called Story Time. And it was about 2+ hours where this individual told their side of the story. And in that story, I'm like, okay, there's a different side to this individual that, I can more or less vibe with because, show a little bit of emotion. Of course, cried in the video was not show, say what they said in the video, this and the third, blah, blah, blah. So I started watching this individual more. Just watching them more was not. I think at that time, 2016, I think when I first reached out to James, I'm not quite sure. James could verify that. So James was the first person I reached out to because he seemed the most approachable individual, here out of the three. So I reached out to James, was not, and I don't know what it was. It was just a hey, I think emails like that, whatever, or something in the chat, whatever case may be. But I reached out to him, whatever. I wasn't doing content at that time. I was just a subscriber, just watching from the bushes, And so after that story time in 2016, the story was told, I'm like, okay, I can get back slowly into watching this individual. Just watching, as we all do, doing content, things of that nature, or so watching the content, whatever. Like I said, I really don't have to be involved. I really don't have to have my name shown or anything like that. I'm not that type of person. I've never been that type of person. I never need to be seen because I'm seen in my real life. So I don't need to be seen on YouTube or on social media. That's why I really don't do social media like that because, to be honest, I just think that it's for people who feel like they're not seen in real life, so they need to be seen virtually. So, especially when you don't really do content or have a talent, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion and nothing against anyone, but that's just my opinion, and not trying to offend anyone, but that's just how I see it. So, everything's good. Everything's good. And about a year or so later, I started just dropping down in chats with us. Now I started doing videos, I guess, things like that, and 2000 coming cut to 2019. Because I really only person I spoke to off of social media was James, or reached out to James, or emailed him, whatever it was. Of course, I was coming down to people's chats at that time. You know what I'm saying? But 2019, there was another situation with the Vegas situation happened, and I saw what it was. It was interesting. I thought to myself, it'd be nice to go and to participate, meet these people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I was a content creator. I was doing content, things of that nature. Had developed certain relationships with certain people, things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Was seen as a content creator, this and the third. So after the event, there was parts of it that was interesting, but there was a lot of stuff that I personally wouldn't be involved in. I just wouldn't. It's just not my thing, and I'm entitled to that. I'm entitled to liking what I like and disliking what I don't like, and participating in what I would participate in and not what I won't. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. I'm an individual. I am, like I always said, I'm a complete individual. When I came on here, I was a complete individual. So it was never me trying to follow or whatever. Some people seem interesting, you want to meet them, and that's what it was. Not stalking, not harassing, not jockeying, none of those things. Just interesting. Okay, personality. I think that we will mesh well together, And so when it was announced that the new event was happening, mind you, I spoke to this individual in chats, I think, or said hi, or dropped down in the chat, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it was never like let me contact you, let me this and third or the other. So when the new event was dropped, the date and whatever the price was, not, I immediately sending my money was not the full thing, so the full balance, because I wanted to be part of the event, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people I would have liked to meet, you know what I'm saying, besides that individual, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, I never want to meet this individual. I did at that time want to meet this individual because, like I said, after the story was told, and in 2016 and 2019 was not, I started to develop some type of, kindred things with this individual. As far as we have things in common, this and the third, blah, 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 blah. And plus, I thought James was gonna be there at that time, But so quickly found out that it wasn't happening, but still had my money, whatever. But there's people I wanted to meet, such as a Deanna and D, and there's people that was part of the circle back then, you know what I'm saying, or part of that group back then. People that I just wanted to meet, even some subscribers I had grown attached to as well, you know what I'm saying. So it was nice to meet those people that you put a face to a name and put actual personality to what we do on here. So that was cool. So, but then I thought about there's things I really don't like. So let me email this individual. Let me find this email, let's email this individual and offer a suggestion. Did that. And like I said before, within 15, 20 minutes was not a response hit back. You know, my email was basically, if you're open to it, I have some suggestions for, you know, your pink door or something as an alternative to the pink door. You know what I'm saying? Which was the masquerade. Because like I said, I didn't want to, although I want to meet these people, I don't want to see you in your underwear. I don't want to see you in lingerie. I don't want to see, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. That was totally something that I was not into, or I didn't feel, or it was just, yeah, not my speed. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching, well, I'm not going to be shady, but it was like watching my grandparents in their underwear, and I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to be a part of that. And there's no offense to anybody like that. It just is what it is. That's just what I've always said. I don't want to see a bunch of old, out of shape people in underwear and lingerie. I've always said that. That's why I suggested what I suggested. So we talked about it. I suggested things, and I just suggested it. I didn't say, "Oh, contact me, let me work with you," nothing like that. It was just I threw it out there. This is my suggestion. This and that. If you need help with it or have any questions, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Then we started talking. The first conversation we had, like I said, within the first couple of minutes, it was asked of me because my whole thing was really to help or suggest this event. So when I go there, I could be comfortable in this event. I could be comfortable and do what I normally do. You know what I'm saying? How I choose to enjoy myself and entertain myself, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But do it in a group and hope. I think that it would be something more mature, more sexy, more grand. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying, is more my speed, opposed to sitting in a hotel room with fold up chairs and stuff like that, and people walking around and scantily clad. That wasn't for me. So, but within the first conversation of us actually speaking, because we exchanged a couple of emails, this and the third. So within our first verbal conversation with each other, it was asked, "What did you think about me when you first saw me? How do you think I looked?" And I'm not a dumb person by any means. I know what that is, especially I know in the gay situation. That's when someone's trying to, you know what I'm saying, push up on you, basically, trying to feel you out, trying to see what's going on. And my response then, is, as I told y'all, has always have been, "Yeah, all right." You know what I'm saying? Everyone knew I was married. There was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Um, I came on here lying. Of course, I came on here flirting with everybody. It was not. That's what I do. I flirt with people. That's what I used to do, I should say, much more heavily than I do it now. So it was just, I flirt with everybody. That's what I do. I flirt with everyone, women, men, you know what I'm saying? Black, white, whatever, who came in my channel was not got flirted with. Basically, the channel was known as, you go over there, he's gonna flirt with you. It is what it is. It's always, "Hey baby, what's going on?" Ooh, da, da, da. It was just me flirting, me just being me, being silly. Um, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Also, y'all in chat, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just listen to the story. But so then, so there was the first red flag. Okay, he knows I'm married. He, you know what I'm saying, asking me what I think of him physically and things like that. Basically asking, am I attracted to this and the third? Also, within the first couple conversations we had, I told him, "I won't be calling you Kang. Not now, not ever." His response was, "Well, I want you to call me Kang when I want to call you Daddy." I'm like, okay, it's getting a little bit more, overtly sexual. Okay, so I'm married, so let me, what I'm saying. Okay, at this point, it's like not only are you not respecting boundaries, you're also not respecting, what I'm saying, my husband. But before that happened, I think when we first started talking, like that happened like later on conversations. But when we first started talking, I also told him that at this time him and James was falling out. I also told him that I would not be a James substitute. I am not a James replacement. If we're trying to cultivate a friendship, it needs to be something that we are cultivating, not because I have some of the same skill sets as the person that you are falling out with or have fallen out with. You know what I'm saying? Me and James have, I mean, I know James did a lot of styling for him, a lot of sewing for him, things of that nature. And my whole point was, I'm not doing that. I don't try to use me as a substitute for James. Don't try to use me as someone that you can call on to make you something or help you pick something out and things like that and third. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a friend, I'm not doing that, but don't let that not be your purpose of trying to cultivate something with me. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? At least I don't do it for whatever price you was gonna pay. Because like I said, I'm really when I do that, my prices are, you know what I'm saying, what they are. There's a price point, the industry standard for people who actually do that type of stuff. And I go by the industry standard because I am in that industry type of thing. I say all that, whatever, but I did let him know based from I'm not a James substitute. You can't replace me with James. I'm not going to try to replace James in that aspect of your life, basically. So those are the three things that was initially done. But after the whole let me. I mean, I'm not calling you Kang, so I mean, I don't want to call you Kang, but I don't want you to call me Kang when I want to call you Daddy thing is when the picture was set. Because at this point, I'm like, I already know this person's history based on what their conversation were, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube and how they act. And I've watched from like since 2014 because I'm a YouTube subscriber. I subscribe to YouTube. I said, you know what I'm saying, I watch people on YouTube. That's what I do. I don't have to sit here and always be in the forefront. I can sit back and just chill and enjoy the content on the commentary that some people do. So I've been watching this individual's characteristics not go down, and I started to see, you know, things that was, you know, what I'm saying, not really. It wasn't alarming to where I'm like, well, let me just leave you alone because it wasn't that. It was just, yes, I know you talk sexual, it's not, and I flirt as well. So let's just, you know what I'm saying, do a YouTube flirt thing. But then as it started getting more, overtly sexual, you know, it was okay. Now let me start putting stuff, you know what I'm saying, aside. Because I started asking questions like how many times, and I told you guys all this before, you know what I'm saying? These are things I told you guys all this before. So it's not like I'm saying anything new. It's just for the people who haven't heard it or refuse to hear it or choose to be willfully ignorant, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I can all this is coming out of the blue. And I'm gonna get to these comments in a second as well. But so I'm like, okay, the picture was sent, was not, picture was sent back, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, that was on my, like I said, that what makes me not innocent. I'm not innocent in this. You know what I'm saying, did what I did. And like I said, it was all for a reason, like I said, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was what it was. But I still wanted to cultivate a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Although it was still me thinking that I can cultivate a friendship with this individual was not, and skew it past all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the little flirting online and over the phone type of thing. You know, like I said, I flirt. That's not something that is not known. My husband knows I flirt. So it is what it is. So it was starting to get uncomfortable for me when you're asking questions about my husband. Because mind you, I already heard the stories about how you drove with your then sex partner in Germany 2 hours with him to meet his boyfriend, where you sat in the car and watch movies while he was with his real boyfriend, type of thing. I never understood that story. I still don't understand that. Well, it's not, but that's is also running in my mind. Like, you don't mind sleeping with someone that you know is and would never be committed to you, which is fine. That's you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I can steer our conversations away from that. But then you start asking questions such as, how many times a week me and my husband have sex, and you know, what do we do? And it was always, my answer was always vague because I mean, he can't really tell you. You know what I'm saying? Me giving you concrete answers. My answer is always vague. But you asking all these sexual questions and telling me, you know, you don't mind being this and that third. Well, it's not, you know what I'm saying? You don't mind not being the first person or having your own type of thing, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, whatever, whatever. Telling me that he's not trying to take me from my husband. I'm like, well, you can't. And then what kind of threw my husband off, because like my husband knew I'm talking to this individual, you know what I'm saying? And my husband knows what's going on. My husband, we do talk, we do communicate with each other. He is usually in the room or in the house when I'm talking to this individual. Well, one morning, I told you the story as well. One morning, my husband getting ready for work. Um, I'm talking to Sean. Now, mind you, this ain't me talking to Sean once every other day. This is talking, me and Sean communicated. When we started communicating with each other verbally, we talked pretty much throughout the day. And everyone who told you that they had a conversation with Sean or talked to Sean or had a friendship with Sean um, will tell you he talks throughout the day. Y'all talk throughout the day. What's up? What's up? What's up, True Black Baby? How you doing? Well, no, I mean it's. I guess you could say that, but it's for people to stop acting like I'm tripping for no reason. And I told y'all all this before. All this is out there in my videos, so it's not like I'm purging myself because I already done all that. But it's just to prove the point that my truth doesn't change. If my story has changed, if things has changed in this event, so it's not that I'm telling you today from different than what I told you previously, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling this again for people who don't know, who wasn't there, or or new to this situation, because I want to ask you. I told all this before. You know what I'm saying? I've said all this before. Have the individual ever said all this? Have the individual ever told you this? Have the individual ever been honest enough with you guys or his people to say what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's always an insult. It's always a lie. It's always an exaggeration. It's always, you know what I'm saying? It's always the bullshit. And that's what I don't like. Because we were cultivating a friendship. We did talk, you know what I'm saying, throughout the day. We did text throughout the day. We were cultivating a friendship. And that's why I always say, through all the texts that I have, through all the texts that I sent you, besides those two things that I sent you, very early on when you first asked the question, have there been any other type of serious sexual situations going on where you can show the people where you say I'm stalking or I want you or all this other stuff was not? No. But what have I shown since then? I've let y'all hear voice messages and text messages and showed you little things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to understand I don't do this because I want you. I'm doing this because you say you walk away from people was not, but yet somehow you're still not able to walk away from me. And when I say that you did fall for me, you it showed that you did. So I'm not lying about anything. And it's okay. After a while, it was a game for me. You know what I'm saying? But back to my story. But thank you for that question though, like that. You know, so where was I at, y'all? Where was I at? Oh, um, one morning my husband was getting ready for work, and I'm in the bed, you know what I'm saying, talking to Sean. Like I said, we would talk morning time, nighttime. After I kiss my husband, Sean will call. After I kiss my husband good night, or before I kiss my husband good night, because I work late, you know what I'm saying, I'll be on the phone with Sean. So when I come home, I'll kiss my husband good night, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Type of thing. I'm at work, he's texting me through all my break. I'm texting him back, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And he's not only one just initiating competition. I'm initiating competition as well. So I'm not trying to say that he was jockeying like that. No, we was both communicating with each other. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were building some type of friendship, you know what I'm saying? That was going to get past the whole situation when he realized that that wasn't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But one morning I'm on the phone for Sean. My husband getting ready for work. He's like, my husband asked me who I'm talking to. I'm like, Sean. He's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because it was early. It was early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Who am I talking to early in the morning like that? You know what I'm saying? You know, for my husband, it would be Sean because he will call me before he go to work. You know what I'm saying? Or on his way to work, and I will, you know what I'm saying, answer the phone, whatever case may be. But so when Sean heard my husband's voice in the background, He says, I heard this before. I said this before. Well, tell him it's okay because I'll always take his side. My husband, oh y'all, I'm sorry, y'all don't can see my face. My husband was like, "What?" So I told my husband, because that's my husband. I'm talking to him. My husband like, "What? Why the fuck would he say that? That's weird." You're like, whatever. And that's when my husband, at that moment, my husband stopped even, because my husband knows James. My husband likes James. If James in the background, well, it's not, or James on the phone or whatever. My husband say, hey, or because they be, not talking on the phone, but just say, hey, this, that, there. So at that point, my husband like, yeah, that's weird. He's kind of weird. He's kind of weird. Like, yeah, I don't want to even touch that subject. Well, it's not. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, baby. You know what I'm saying? Kiss my husband by what this and third. And every time that he will hear my husband in the background when we're talking, whatever the case may be, it's always something about my husband. And it's like, that's weird. I'm married, what's going on, what's not, and you're still making these sexual advances, what's not. Yes, I'm playing along with you, whatever, I'm saying. But it's still kind of weird. Don't you have someone that you've been with for, at that time, 9, 8 years, whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the conversation also is, you know what I'm saying, what conversation is between him and his relationship was not, which I said that before as well. Basically, whatever y'all have, you think that me and my husband have as well, which is not the case. I flirt. Y'all see, my ears ringing. Sorry, y'all. Y'all see me on here flirting around my husband. Y'all see us out at dinners or sitting at a bar with us now. We're talking to people around us. We're laughing and joking and flirting with people around us. We both do that. That's just who we are. You know what I'm saying? We're friendly people. We're attractive people. People are drawn to us, regardless of people say I'm ugly or not. That's not what it is in real life, type of thing. But yeah, it was a lot of that. We was really cultivating a friendship. And then, but y'all also know that I don't like being called the N-word. It's not because it's just I don't like it. It's just not, that's not a term of endearment for me, anything like that. I don't care if you're playing, joking, whatever it be. That's not a term of endearment for me. So he would say that the N-word was not, y'all know he used the N-word like his water. And people that I talk to now or cool with now was not using the N-word, but when they're talking to me, they're more respectful of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I don't like it, so therefore they don't refer to me or use that word when talking to me. It's just a respect thing. But the game that was being played that I see is when I know made that known, please don't refer to me that, or please don't use that word, whatever. It wasn't you trying to make amends to correct the behavior. It was like a brush off. It was like, oh, whatever. And when I would go on to his platform and things of that nature, he would use the word, and for referring to me or talking to me was not, when I correct him, like, please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. It'll be like, yeah, whatever. Keep on talking to your story. Keep on doing your stuff. No, my husband said it was weird. My husband said that statement was weird. And like I said, still there are people that you try to cultivate friendships with. And like I said, after that story of what happened, something triggered. Like his story time about what happened in Vegas was not, and when I say I see that little kid that was left on the thing, that's what I saw. It really is. And it sounds weird, but it's not. I see things that people don't want me to see. I experience things that people don't want me to experience. And I know people don't want to say everything that they go through, but sometimes I just sense it. I feel it. I told you my ESPN. I know it's ESP, y'all. My ESPN is something I use as a joke, but it just triggers. And if I'm drawn to you, I'm just drawn to you in a friendship type of situation. It was never anything on a sexual level. But at the same time, I was flirting because that's just naturally who I am as well. So it is weird, but it's just who I am. Like at work, there's people like there was a lady at my job that will be like, "Dang, you this and the other, whatever," and I would flirt with her. but it was just me flirting with her. You know what I'm saying? When I'm out, when I'm flirting with people, y'all see me flirting with people in restaurants or in stores or whatnot. It's just that's just naturally who I am and what I do. But back to the story. I mean, and y'all can ask the question, as I said. I mean, if you have something to say or think something was not, put it on the chat. I mean, I'll address it and keep on back to the story because, like I said, I'm not innocent in this. I'm not innocent. I'm not some victim. I'm not somebody who didn't go into doing what I did to, saying blindly didn't know what was going on, didn't know what I was doing. I know exactly what I was doing. At some point, it became me gathering information. At some point, it became me because it was a blatant disrespect. It was a blatant disregard of. And I told y'all this story as well. When I was invited to New York the first time, I just said yeah because I said like I told y'all was it yesterday or the other day. My husband just told me he think I'm going to New York to visit his aunt. We don't ask for permission to do things. We just inform people of what we're going to do. So when he asked me to go to New York the first time with Dee, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I liked her. She said she liked me. Everything was fine. Everything was cool. This and the third. Blah, 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 this and that. And so it was that. Then I was disinvited because Dee wanted to go with somebody else, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings, no this and the third. But the final straw of me trying to be friendly, and I told y'all this before as well, or trying, and it slowly became a mission of let me get as much information as possible. Because when we fall out, which I knew inevitably we were going to do, you're not going to come at me like you have come at everybody else that you went after. It's not going to be slick. It's not going to be behind the back. It's not going to be cutthroat. It's going to be very, very overt, very blunt, this is what it is. This is what you did. This is what I got on you, X, Y, Z. Now you prove me wrong type of thing. And that's what it is. That's how I approach him now. I got this information. This is what happened when we was trying to cultivate a friendship. I was trying to cultivate a friendship. You was doing what you were doing. Thought you was going to be engaging in pillow talk with me. Was not. This and the third. So yes, at that point, well, first, like I said, so let's get back to the story. So the first time I accepted what didn't let my husband know this and the third. You know what I'm saying? And it was fine. Then he disinvited me. Okay, cool, no problem. You know what I'm saying? She won't go with somebody else. That's fine. Cool, great. No problem. Save my little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? Keep my little PTO, which is paid time off. You know what I'm saying? Do my little thing and keep live my life type of thing. So then I got reinvited. And opposed to me jumping and saying, sure, I go, like I did the first time, I'm like, hold up, let me talk to my husband about this. You know what I'm saying? His response, why the fuck you need to talk to him for? What did I do with him? Hold the fuck up, calm down, relax, watch your tone. Don't speak to me that way and don't speak about him that way. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know what the problem was because the first time, well, right now it's between him and I. It's money coming out of our household. It's money that we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to spend. That that we have. That stuff we may need to be doing. I'll let you know. Now that was the final straw because up until the time it was little slights, it was little disrespects, it was like I said, the N word being called and not trying to hold back whatever. This and third was not. It was almost like a power situation. And mind you, this was between whenever that was, and I think his birthday is in August, in a part of August or early part of September type of thing. Is it? Or July, whatever his birthday is. It was around that time situation. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to my husband last night. Actually, no. When I talked to him, he asked me the second time, make sure I said this right because I don't know if I said this right, correct or not. So first time it was cool. Second time I said let me talk to my husband last night. And then when I talked to him again, when I talked to him again, I told him my husband, because I talked to my husband asked me, what's in it for you? You know what I'm saying? You can use it for your business stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can use it as a business trip if you're going to go with someone that you're going to help, you know what I'm saying, design something for them and pick out fabric and stuff, so you can use it for that. But what besides that was really in it for you? He already disinvited you the first time. So why would you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when I told him that, that's when he said, why the fuck would he say that? What did I do with him? Type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Situation, this and third. And that's what I said about, you know what I'm saying, watch your mouth and watch your tone, type of thing. But that was the final straw because it was a bunch of little slights up until that point. So up until that point, it was a bunch of little slights. So from that point, it was all information gathering. It was all stacking my deck. So when we will inevitably fall out, inevitably, y'all know what I'm trying to say, fall out, I have my ducks in a row because I saw it leading to that. And at that point, I really wasn't trying to do anything but, you know, just maintain, be cool, because I was still going to Vegas, still want to meet people, and I was going to Vegas. So I didn't want I don't want to be uncomfortable for anyone, for myself, for people that was around, things of that nature at that point. So cut to me going to New York with D. Meeting D's friends. Hey, Miss Queenie, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Meeting D's friends, meeting a couple of other content creators, saying Johnny Mac, Harlem 313, I think that's her name, saying this and third. Having a good time. Everyone loving me. This and third. D's friend, her female friends like me, her male friends like me, Chris may be. Johnny Mac liked me. So D sees all this. But mind you, before the New York trip, I told y'all this as well. Like everything I'm telling Miss Queenie, you was around. So let me know. What's up, Brian? How you doing, babe? Miss Queenie, let me know if my story changes. Cause I don't know who else is in the chat, who's not dropping it out. But let me know if this story, if I said something that wasn't true that I said previously. Please, if you don't mind, Miss Queenie, I know you will anyway. But oh yeah, D. I told you like it was always I was never attracted to him this and third, but he told me if it's true or not. If it's a lie, he told it. But I told y'all this as well. He told me that he asked Leo, because y'all know I'm an Aries man. He asked Leo, "What is sex like with an Aries man? What is the sexual compatibility between an Aries man and a Leo man?" Now, his boyfriend or his partner, whoever person this is an Aquarius. So when he told me that he asked Leo that, I asked him, why would you tell her that? Why would you ask her that? She knows I'm an Aries, so she will automatically assume that it's about me. And she know that we were talking, and communicating with one another. You know what I'm saying? So why would you ask her that? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. She would assume that we're trying to do this type of thing. So that was before I went to New York. Then in New York, because when I asked him that was not, like I said, there was tension. There was still some tension. Was not, because like I said, after you don't talk crazy about my husband, well, it's not. It was like I was trying to yeah, you need to really chill. Like you need to calm that down. And my flirting became almost non-existent. It was just always conversation. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? How you doing? Da, 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 da. What's going on with the situation? Because remember, at that time, he was going through the situation with VS. So a lot of our conversations was about that. And a lot of conversations was about his foster situation and his certification and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, we actually talked. I was trying to cultivate a friendship. And with my friends, wherever, I'm trying to be there for you, trying to walk you through it and talk you through it. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not a flirt. He's not a flirt. No, he's not. No one could say he flirts. He talks sexual. He talks nasty. That's not flirting. It's a big difference to what I do and what he does. I flirt. Like, hey baby, how you doing? You okay? Well, looking good today, sweetheart. Okay, I like that hair. Da, da, da. That's flirting. Not I like sucking dick. That's not flirting. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. But, like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It is what it is. But So it was that. So when I got to New York, I said there was tension, whatever. So I asked D. I'm like, D, what's going on with Sean? I told y'all this before as well. I was like, what's going on with Sean? Because saying, you don't see there's a, saying, awkwardness, saying, in his chat when I'm there, or this and third, this and blah, this and blah, that. And she like, I don't know. Let me call Leo. And let me ask Leo if Sean said anything to her. But at that time, no one knew that I was going to New York with D. So I'm like, D, don't call Leo. She gonna know I'm here with you. She gonna know that I'm asking a question. Don't call Leo, D. But she gets on the phone and talks to Leo. I'm like, this is the shit that I don't want to get involved in. This is not what I want to do. I'm asking you as someone that I think I'm trying to cultivate another friendship with. Now, all these people I'm trying to cultivate friendships with separately. D, Leo, Sean. Those are all separate friendships type of thing. Little do I know, it's not. It's all the same. I guess it's all one friendship. You know what I'm saying? So she calls to Leo was not. She's talking. I'm in the background just shaking my head like, okay, this is what it is gonna be, I guess, whatever. This is when we first got there. So this is before we even met. I met her friends was not and people like that in New York. So I'm like, what did she say, D? She like, well, no, she just said that y'all are both strong individuals. Well, it's not so y'all may bump heads and this and third. I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, that's fine, whatever. So we went on to enjoy ourselves in New York, whatever. I'm saying, and me being me, flirting with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But also, my motive, what happened in New York with Johnny Mac. That was what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do that because, like I said, you was dogging old boy in Texas, you know what I'm saying, about being a pastor and doing what he was doing. But every time you're in my chat, you're flirting with me, asking me to bend over, this and the third one, and just being very overtly, aggressively flirting with me. Knowing, first of all, I'm married, knowing that if I'm flirting with someone, I'm flirting with that individual, not with you particularly, was not you put yourself into it. So let me show you what it is to flirt. So what happened with Johnny Mac? That happened because that's what I wanted to do. Like I said, it doesn't make me look good. I'm not innocent. Well, it's not. So I understand your questions. Select natural baby. I understand your questions. So like I said, there are gonna be questions. They're gonna be like, well, why did you do this and why do that? What's that? Because I wanted to. It was all for a reason, and the reasons came out. You know what I'm saying? But no one is ever like people I'm mentioning was not can't tell you what I've done to them. But as y'all can hear and see, I'm telling you what the events that happen. Some of it may be out of order, because maybe what's not. But if you go back to my videos where I talked about this for the past almost 3 years now, the story is still the same. There's no, you know what I'm saying, lies, or there's no, oh, well, I'm not owning up to what my part of it was or what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. So, like I said, when I exposed Johnny Mac, I did that in front of D. Because after D called Leo, you know what I'm saying, to ask about what I asked her, I knew she was going to call Sean and let him know not only what I asked her about Leo, but what this is. I told you at that point, I was done with that part of the game with him, type of thing. So now I did what I did with Johnny Mac. I was gonna leave in there. It didn't. He followed us to the club. He came the next day. This and that. This and that. So met up with her friend. Her friend. I wasn't trying to flirt with him. I really wasn't. But like I said, I'm the ugly one. I'm the skinny one. I'm the unattractive one. I'm all these things they say now. But her friend was all up in my face, dancing up close, trying to touch me and stuff. When I gave him a hug, you know what I'm saying? Bye. And he got in his cab. Before he got home, he sent me pictures of himself. I'm just saying. You make me feel. Y'all saw the picture. Y'all read the text. I never felt that way about anybody. I just met you, but your energy is so this and so that, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard the text that these friends sent me was not that night. I met him once and danced with him was not and at some gay club that we was at. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple of drinks, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, went home with D. That I didn't go home with D as far as like that, but went to where we were staying, type of thing. Put him in a cab, and went to where we were staying, the Airbnb. I knew that was gonna be told. Everything I did was for a reason. It was not anything secretive. Wasn't hiding nothing. Flirting. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? You like it or you don't like it. But I knew that was going to piss old boy off. You know what I'm saying? So when we get back, the air was thick. After that New York trip is when all the shade was thrown, which is fine by me because at that point, disrespecting me to the utmost by talking crazy about my husband. I know people are like, well, why take all that? Because that's what it takes. I'll play the game until I get tired of playing the game. I do what I want to do until I get tired of doing what I want to do. You don't tell me when to stop or when to get upset, when to cut you off, or when to have a plan. And like I said, I was still going to Vegas as well. I was still going to Vegas that next year. And so all this time, I was talking to Johnny Mac on the phone as well, saying, I don't want to go to Vegas. I really don't want to go because it's this energy, this is tension. But if I'm going to go, I'm going to go there and show my ass. And not show my ass and be in a bad way, was not, but I was going to upset him. I was going to flirt with everybody. I was going to ignore him. I was going to just play the game that I play. Because I know what I do when I'm in a room. It is what it is. Everybody's going to be baby hugging, because the conversations that we had was, I don't want you to dance with nobody when at the party. I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. And everything that he didn't want me to do, I was going to do. I was going to do it anyway. But now it was with the motive of pissing you off. You know what I'm saying? Because you just blatantly disrespectful. So, and like I said, Johnny Mac, I mean, if he was going to be honest, if he's going to tell the truth, he'll say, yeah, Food Junkie did tell me that we did have those conversations. Was not. He really didn't want to go. When I say it like that, it was like he was debating on whether to go or not, this and the third, you know what I'm saying? So, and his motive was to go there to show his ass, to show out. You know what I'm saying? And even Johnny Mac was like, well, yeah, I seen a person, I know what you give a person was not. So if you turn it on, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be pissed off. That's gonna get him. I mean, you're gonna get him. And that my whole goal is to get you. At that point, my whole goal was to get him and to teach a lesson. Don't ever disrespect me. Don't do that. Like I told y'all, I like teaching lessons. And I said that before as well. Miss Queenie, have you heard anything that I've said tonight that I haven't said previously that you heard? I mean, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Have I said anything tonight that you haven't heard previously? Let me know. Anyone else? Not just Miss Queenie. If anyone else heard something that I didn't say or said it differently previously, was not, or a story I've told that wasn't the same as it is tonight, let me know. And so that was that. You know what I'm saying? But what brought it to a forefront, so I was like, fuck it. Because it was all this shit on the back end, all these little games being played on the back end, all these subliminals on the back end. And I think it was what made me say, fuck it. Let's do this. You want to do this? Was not. Let's do it. It was a Saturday. I was at work. Y'all know I work weekends. You know what I'm saying? Flipping burgers and dropping fries. So it was a Saturday. I'm Deanna's mom. Oh, no. Yeah, it was a Saturday. I don't know. Someone correct me if I'm correct, because I don't know, because the part where me and D went live. Oh no, yeah, that's happened after. It happened after. So it was a Saturday, and I was at work. You know what I'm saying? We weren't busy. I had no fries to drop, no burgers to flip. And Deanna was live that Saturday morning. And I was, as you know, I'm Deanna's mod. So Deanna was talking about something. And at that time is when Tracy caught on that Sean was throwing shade at her. So in Deanna's chat, Sean and Tracy was going at it and was taking the focus off of what Deanna was saying because everybody was listening, watching what they were doing in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And so it was kind of disrupting the flow of Deanna's live. So I said something like, you guys calm down. You guys, because I said, I like Tracy, I like Sean. Well, I was cool with both of them at the time, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so it was like he was still doing what he was doing in the chat. So I was like, y'all calm down. Don't do it here. You know, so just trying to be cool, typing in the chat was not trying to not distract on what Deanna was trying to say or what she was talking about. And at that time, I did a segment called Mad Day Mondays, which where I recapped what happened the week prior. So that Monday happened. And when that Monday happened, I was talking about what happened previously, was not. And I got on the subject of what happened that Saturday, which was with Tracy and Sean, and how they kind of disrupted Deanna's chat was not, which people was kind of distracted from what Deanna was saying that would happen because it finally kind of hit in Deanna's chat, you know. And so Tracy was in the chat at that time. Tracy could verify this. She was in the chat at that time. Tracy, I wasn't saying anything negative or bad about anyone. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying what happened. You know, this is what happened in Deanna's chat on Saturday. It was a distraction. Well, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't like the fact that y'all was disrupting Deanna's chat. Tracy was in the chat. Tracy didn't say anything crazy. And Sean dropped down with a real aggressive who? Like who? Like who the fuck you talking about? Who the fuck you talking to? So the who was real aggressive. And I initially, you know what I'm saying, let it go. Then I realized, oh, this motherfucker, this is the last time this motherfucker is going to try me publicly and privately. We ain't going to do that. So I'm like, I'm talking to your ass. You and Tracy dropped down in Deanna's chat, was not disrupting the motherfucking chat, and it was uncalled for. Y'all should have took that shit somewhere else. I know you may not like it was now, but don't come down here in my chat saying who. Y'all know how I get when I snap off. Like, I'll give you chances was not. But y'all know when I snap off on you, it's not because I'm just snapping off on you. It's because you have said or did something that I don't like, and you done said it or done it one too many times, or just the point that you did it, period. And the fact that I'm friendly with you, it was a little bit more like, you've been doing all this subtle shade and this subliminal shit for a while, so stop. And this, the last thing you're gonna do is come into my house and talk crazy in my chat as if you have some kind of balls where you're gonna do something. Don't do that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my energy was. And I tried to be nice about it, but at the same time, I still let you know, don't do that shit. And basically, that's what I said. Basically, my whole thing is, don't do that shit. Don't do that. Don't come down here with no who. If you wait till I'm finished, or wait till my story is said, or what my events is being told, you'll get to what I'm saying. And then he said something like, hurry up then. And I was done. When he said hurry up then, or get to it, it was just real nasty, real punkish, real just like, yeah, I'm the one I want to do that with, because you would definitely say that in my face type of thing. So I went, you know what I'm saying, a little ham, burger and cheese, you know what I'm saying, and that lie was not, then I calmed back down last night, you know what I'm saying, I realized, you know what I'm saying, yeah, it's just, yeah, whatever. But I did, although I corrected them and checked them, the behavior, it was like, you know, I asked him, are we cool? Because remember, he always says, well, if we're having a friendship with that, I'm working on it, was that I'll work on it, whatever. So my thing is, okay, cool. So I thought, got out my feelings, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in my feelings in that chat, because don't do that. Don't try to check me. And you've been doing little shit up until that point, and that was just the last straw, so I couldn't let that go anymore. I texted him like, oh, we cool. His response was, yeah, we good. Why? I'm like, cool. So I'm thinking everything is cool. Not really talking to you. It was like, we really didn't talk or text after that. But I think we had a couple more things. I wish them Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving was not. He said he did the same, was not. I think the last text we ever sent was, I think, that Christmas. Or somewhere before Christmas was not. It was the last text we sent. And it was like very sparingly, the text. But that day was the day that Dee made her drunken video You ain't shit. You would never be shit. No one would know you if it wasn't for him. You should get on your knees and bow down. I'm like, hold up. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are really tripping. Y'all are really tripping. Y'all really think that that little plastic crown that man has is made out of shit gold, like it's from the king's, like the queen situation. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So, I mean, I heard about the video. I mean, I didn't see the video. I heard about the video that D made. So, but by the time I got around to trying to watch it, it was she took it down. But I talked to D and I asked her, you know what I'm saying? No, hold up. First, that day. We'll get that in a second. So that day, Maturish, after my video, Maturish wrote in my comment section a real snarky, real nasty message. Oh, how dare you talk to him that way? All he ever done for you was be there for you, be your friend. And you should not talk to him that way. How dare you? It was like scolding me, like I'm your child. So I made a video cussing Maturish out that same day. Who the fuck you talking to? And I read what she said in the video that I made of her that day. And that video, if y'all want to watch that video or watch the whole thing go down, it is it's under my channel. It's October, I think 25th, 2019. So you'll see the video where he dropped down with the Who, and you'll also I went off wherever, and then you'll see the video that I corrected Maturish's behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's October 25th, I think it is, 2019. And it's called Mad Day Mondays, and it's something else, whoever this one is titled for Maturish. It's those two videos. And so I read what she said in my video last night and just correct her behavior. Don't do that. I don't know who y'all think y'all talking to. Don't think that because at that time, I really wasn't cussing people out. I really wasn't. I was just being silly old me, giving my opinions about what's going on, this and other, just trying to be as non-biased as possible. And so I did that last night. And then later on that night, Johnny Mac called me and asked me, why did I talk that way to Maturish? I'm like, because did you hear why I did that? Did you see what she wrote in my thing? He's like, well, no, there's nothing there. So I went back to look at my thing, and her comment that provoked or got me to address her specifically was gone because she erased it. Well, I'm like, hold up. Thank God I read what she wrote in my video. So I'm like, Johnny, listen to this right here. This is what she said to me. And I read it. I mean, I played the video over the phone for him so he can hear that part where she said what she said. You're like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, you don't know that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that was the beginning of the whole Johnny Mac thing. A lot. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot happened why I act and respond the way I act and respond today. This video is for people who was not there, who did not see it go down, who don't understand why it is what it is today. And why I say, if you stop talking about me, if you leave me alone, well, actually talk about me all you want, but stop lying on me. Stop picking and poking and prodding. I will stop responding to you. I won't address you if you just stop. You just can't stop because you know that I got the best of you in every aspect. And everyone that you sent after me was not, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work. Everyone that you sent after me was not, it didn't work. So if you just stop, I will stop. I'm tired of telling the story. I'm tired of thinking about the story. I'm tired of thinking about it, period. The whole thing is, when I walk away from you, I walk away from you, I get my toys and go. But you haven't left yet. You're still poking, prodding, and bringing me into stuff that have nothing to do with it. Like the last time. I'm going to get back to the story in a second, y'all. But the last time, you're talking about D-Miss and your problem with him. But yeah, you're saying he's crazy, but I'm 10 times crazier. And I stalk you 10 times more than him. But you can't show people where I've done that. There's no evidence that show that I've ever stalked you or ever pursued you in any way, shape, or form. But I show time after time. And for the past 3 years, how you have been pursuing me, how you sent me voicemails, how you posted things saying that all you want to do is, you know, saying travel around the world and fuck me on balconies. D. Ramsey better get her hands off you. When me and her was together in North Carolina, I'm online with D. North Carolina was not, you know what I'm saying? She's touching my arm, saying, "Oh, Fujo, he had a nice body. His shape is nice. Oh, he's nice and solid and hard. Oh, he's sexy to the other." And you screaming, "I'll D. Ramsey better get her hands off you" in text messages, which I showed. We're drinking liquor was not, "Oh, I love the smell of alcohol on a man's breath. I can't wait to smell yours." I showed y'all all this was not. But people still want to believe that I'm after this man, or I want this man, I want this man to pursue this man some way, shape, or form. But he can never show anything resembling close to me doing that. But yet people won't run with that narrative. But that's later on down in the story. But yeah, so what was I at? Y'all, what was I at? What was I at? Oh yeah, Johnny Mack. You know what I'm saying? So I played that stuff with Johnny Mack was not, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know all this in the third." But that was the beginning of his situation, which is a whole other situation in itself. I already told that story as well. So after me and Johnny Mack talked that night, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because me and Johnny Mack would talk at nighttime. Because he's a night owl and I'm up late because I'm working. I mean, I work late, you know, saying during the week. And so a couple days passed. I didn't really hear, like I said, I didn't hear D. Ramsey's video. And by the time I got around to listen to it, she erased it. She deleted it. But it was the one where she was like, when she apologized, I was on Michelob Ultra and melatonin. That was the excuse of why she went on that rant and tried to whatever, because she really offended everyone. Like D. Ramsey, like no one, because she didn't say, she didn't say names, but she just threw this blanket stuff out there, and she offended everyone. She offended everyone. She offended me. Well, I didn't hear it, so I really wasn't offended. But she offended Tracy, Deanna, Harley Q, a bunch of. She offended a lot of people because no one knows exactly who she was talking to, and that was when a lot of people walked away from that whole situation over there because, like, this is cultish. Y'all act like this man really is the Messiah or something. Like he can do no wrong, like he did no wrong. I was like, I don't know who bowed down to. Like, who the fuck you mean bow down? Like a lot of people walked away because that video that D made. You know what I'm saying? But you know, me being who I am, trying to extend olive branches, my mod wild card, no, me and the olive branches are broken now. But back then I was always trying to extend olive branches to people. Hey, Love and Care, how you doing? How you doing, baby? Love and Care, you was there. Love and Care, you was there. Right. There's always one person who wants to act a fool. So, Love and Care, let me know if because you heard these stories before as well. So let me know if you know, anything I'm saying is wrong or not right or whatever case may be. Let me know, babe. So yeah. So a couple days later, like I said, I didn't get to hear the video personally, but I heard everyone talking about it was. Now I'm like, what the hell's going on? This is interesting. So sorry, y'all, 1 second. So, hey, Michelle's daughter, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? You too, Michelle's daughter. You was here as well, baby. Um, so I called D a couple days later. Was not. I'm like, D, the video that you erased, sweetie, who was you talking to? Who was you talking about? Because you know I didn't hear it, so I just heard it around people talking this and the third. And she was like, well, I was talking to a lot of people last night. I asked her, was I one of them? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. What did you say? Because I didn't hear it. Well, I was just saying that, you know, I don't know why everyone's treating him that way. He don't do anything. He's a good person. Da, 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 da. And I was just frustrated and mad that everyone was ganging up on him. This and third. I'm like, I'm not ganging up on anybody. Did you not hear him drop down in my chat and drop down with a nasty old who? You know what I'm saying? And so She's like, well, and we talked, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I was doing something for a client, so I was like, well, let me talk to you later. Was not, I was doing some client, and while I was doing that, she called back and we talked. She's like, well, do you want to go live and talk about it, whatever? I'm like, yeah, we can. That's fine. Y'all remember that live me and D had, the last live that me and D had? So she went live on her channel, whatever. Mind you, I was her mod. I was her mod at that time as well. You know, no, yeah. We had a conversation one day, and then she unmodded me. She unmodded me, and so I wasn't upset because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It was inedible. You know what I'm saying? It was inedible. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say, that word. It was gonna happen because I done said something crazy to Shine. She made that crazy video. So she unmodded whatever, and she called me like, well, I know you just a couple days after the first thing I asked her. She was like, well, I know you know that I unmodded you. I just felt that it was uncomfortable for people in my chat to have you as a mod when you and Sean is having these issues and this and that. I'm like, okay, baby, it's fine. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Hey, Leandros, baby, how you doing? Leandros, you was there too. All y'all coming in here. I'm like, it's all good, baby. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, no. This ain't about her. This is, once again, for people just coming in, this is not about D or anybody I'm mentioning. That's part of the story, but they're part of the story. That's the history. Like I said, the history lesson is important. They're part of the history of why I'm where I'm at with Sean at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Why I don't give a fuck, basically. And every time he mentions my name in a way that I don't like, I'm going to drag his ass through these streets. It is what it is. But yeah. It's nothing about D. Like I said, the funny thing is, I still like D. To be honest with you, I still do. I don't trust her because she don't. Well, we'll get to that in a second. It's coming up right now. This is why I don't trust her. So when she told me she unmodded me, I'm like, that's fine. It's all good. What's not, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that vested like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I understand completely why you did it. She's like, well, do you want to go live? You want to go live? You want to go live? I'm like, sure, we can go live. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess people was, you know how people, these streets are. Ooh, Food Junkie and Sean got into it. Ooh, D unmodded. Wait, D made a video about Food Junkie. Ooh, D unmodded Food Junkie. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how these streets are. Y'all know how these streets are. So I'm like, yeah, we can go live and talk about it. Well, it's not. And in that live, it was a pretty decent live. It was a nice size live on D's channel. And we're talking what's not, you know, so she's explaining what's not. She's apologizing. She's crying. Am I lying? Like, y'all let me know if I'm lying. Oh, of course they were. Of course they were, Leandros. You know I know that. But it's all this stuff like that people don't know who's here today. Like the new people who was not, who haven't been here 3 years ago when it all went down, don't know all that stuff. That's why I'm telling the story now. They was trashing me all over the place, like they doing now. And when I hear about it, I just address it now. Opposed to then, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yeah, you're not gonna bring you and your cult up against me, expect me to sit here and take it. I'm not Lisa Remedy. You ain't Scientology. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we on the video. It was not on her channel, whatever. It was me and her, just both of us. Sean's in the chat saying what he was saying. People saying, "Oh, Sean want to come up. Sean want to come. Sean want to come up." And so, but he ain't gonna come there with Food Junkie. He ain't gonna come there with Food Junkie. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this is what I'm talking about right here, D. These are the games that I don't play. I'll get down and let you talk to Sean. She's like, no. And that was the first time D stood up to Sean, and she did it in front of everybody in her chat. She's like, no, Sean, this is me and Food Junkie's time. We're talking about this was now. We're trying to get our stuff together. We're trying to get our stuff resolved. We're trying to make sure that we're okay. So, Sean, I'm sorry, but this is me and Food Junkie's time. We're gonna make sure that we're okay before he goes down. I'm like, D, are you sure now? Are you sure? Because I don't mind leaving. Y'all can do what I want to do. I don't do all that. And so she's like, no, Food Junkie. I want to make sure that we're clear and we're before you leave. So no, stay Y'all remember that now? Am I lying, y'all? Y'all who was there, who saw the video, who was there doing that live? Is that not what she said? She's crying and snotting and asking for forgiveness. I'm like, girl, stop crying. You know, I don't do that whole forgiveness stuff. Stop all that. Stop crying. Stop all that crying. She's like, no, I just feel so bad, and I don't want you to think that, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So, and then when that video was done, we were good. We were me. Oh, so I thought. Me and D was good. I don't know what happened on the phone behind the scenes between her and Sean, because she pretty much told him no in front of everybody, and pretty much took, if you want to say, my side in that situation, in that incident. But that next day, baby, it was a hailstorm on D's part. What's up, love shop, baby? And I'm like, okay, cool. I was expecting it. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting it. I was expecting it because it was lit. See, Leandra was there. I thought y'all were good too, until she flipped on. I'm not lying, y'all. Like I said, I'm not lying. This is the same story that's been played out and seen and told by me for the past 3 years. So I'm like, good. I'm good. All cards I'm good. Then, so I'm making sure that my ducks are in a row. So I'm still trying to cultivate a friendship with Leo now, because they all say over there, oh, my relationship with individuals are my relationships with themselves. I don't ever stop talking to you or be mad at you because somebody else is mad at you. So me hearing them say that, because they all say that, oh, it's all just individual. We're not a cult. We all have one mind. We think individually. We're all one, our own individual people. So I'm still talking to Leo. Love to shop. Thank you. He was upset because she wouldn't take me down to bring him up there. He was upset and he went live. People who's going to be honest about it is going to tell the truth. And if y'all heard one lie that I told thus far, let me know what lie I told, because I don't mind rethinking what I say or what I know to be true. So I'm texting Leo what's not, and I'm like, Leo, this has nothing to do with you, sweetheart. I adore you. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything is good. And she's texting back, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're good. And that was cool for a couple weeks until my husband had a Christmas party, at his job. And, so I text her, Merry Christmas, or hope everything is well, wherever it was. I text her that. Mind you, remember I told you the date was October 25th, 2019. So by Christmas, all of them fell out with me because of what I corrected Sean from jumping down on my chat with the nasty who. Y'all don't believe it? Watch the videos from October 25th up until now, and you will see how what I'm saying is true. So anyway, there was no response from Leo. I'm like, okay, it's Christmas time. She's busy. Well, it's not no this and everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Now, mind you, Leo cashed out me money on for my anniversary in October, the early part of October, before all this even went down. This is for you and your husband to go have fun with, this and that third. Okay, thank you, baby. I appreciate it. I cashed up her money for her son, you know what I'm saying, on his birthday, wherever it was, and I was like, well, this is half for him to spend and half for him to put in savings. But it's not, I was trying to cultivate friendships with these people, and that's what I do for my friends. Not anymore, at least not on YouTube friends. You know what I'm saying? So a couple days later, Leo makes a video. Food Flunky. That's where that name came from. It came from Leo 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. Food Flunky is the name of her video. fool flunky, you've been showing your ass and you've been moving funny and you've been da 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 and da da, and that's why I didn't respond to you when you text me last time. The last time you text me, I didn't respond to you because you was acting funny, you was moving funny. You know, that's the favorite word. You moving funny. And y'all, if I'm lying, I made a video addressing her and me moving funny and her saying she didn't text me. If you don't believe it, October 5th, 25th, 2019 to about Christmas that same year, it'll be a video addressing Leo with this very same subject. I asked him, explain to me how I moved funny and how am I a flunky? Who am I following? What's going on here? I thought we were cool. You said that you don't allow breakups, makeups, and what's not that people have to affect how you do it. What's going on here? I'm confused, sweetheart. What did I do? You know, me being silly, but still, like you're now you turn into. Then it was Patrice Cunningham. Oh, he ain't nothing but trash anyway. He ain't nothing. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. He ain't nothing but trash. He ain't nothing but a landfill. He ain't nothing but this. He ain't nothing but that. Now, mind you, but mind you, me and Patrice Cunningham also talked on the phone behind the scenes. And we were cultivating something. And remember, at that time, she was getting her shoulder worked on because she was having this problem with her shoulder. I was supposed to make her some garments for the free because I liked her. And mind you, I don't make anyone garments for free. But since she was going to have surgery and she couldn't wear certain clothes, she had to wear certain types of clothes, I asked her, what can you wear? She was like, well, something like a nightgown or, like something similar to a hospital gown, but something covered up. So I'm like, oh, so you can wear a muumuu. She's like, yeah, I can wear a muumuu. It's not. So I went out and purchased 3 different types of fabric. I have this, I still got the fabric, you know what I'm saying? I use it for some stuff, but I bought this African type print, linen type fabric. I bought this black and white cheetah fabric and this beautiful like multicolored fabric, like flowy, like chamouse type fabric was not that can make it beautiful muumuu if I layer it with the proper things. And I went out after we talked was not because we used to talk all the time, you know what I'm saying, on the phone behind the scenes. Like I said, these people, I was cultivating friendships with these people. And so I thought about this fabric was not, I was going to make her this thing, but I became a landfill. I became trash. I became shit at the bottom of their shoes. All because I said, no, I will not allow you to talk to me anyway. No, I will not allow you to disrespect me. No, you will not talk to me crazy. No, you will not disrespect me. You will not disrespect my husband. And y'all remember back then, I said, there are 5 people over there that I will always address. I will always cuss out if they say something to me that I don't like, something about me that I don't like. Those 5 people were Sean, D, Leo, Patrice. There was one more who jumped in on the bandwagon as well. But those are the people that I said I will cuss out anytime and every time they mention me. I hear about it and I don't like it. Now, why those those people? Because I was cultivating relationships with them. We spoke behind the scenes on the phone. We have each other's information. We talk to each other. We were trying to build a friendship. Why do you think I say, show me that we never were friends, or show me that we're not friends? I will show you that we never were friends. I've been saying that ever since that moment. I've been saying that since that moment, because once you show me that we're not friends and you're going to sit here and lie on me, disparage my name, come after me, send people after me for no reason whatsoever, everyone else over there who says shit about me, what's not, give a fuck about them. I don't know them. But Sean, D, Leo, Cunningham, and Johnny Mac. Now, because those were the people that I was cultivating a friendship with, that I actually genuinely liked. Not like I want to sleep with you, but like as a person, like as a human being. So I don't care if it's 50 years from now. You say something I don't like, I'm going to get in that ass. Because you didn't have to do it. I've done nothing to these people but tell one person to respect me. Tell one person to don't talk to me any kind of way. But they still choose to do so. Even to this day, people who work there, who don't know, will come in my chat. Well, you mentioned him and he talks about you and you talk about him all the time. Oh, you must like him. Oh, you want him. No. I'm a man of my word. If I say don't fuck with me, I mean that. Now, if I do something on YouTube that is newsworthy or talk worthy, talk about that shit. I can't control that. I did it on YouTube. It happened on YouTube. Like I said, the car situation. Me, I don't know how that was newsworthy. Was not me swerving and not getting an accident and not hurting anyone and not causing any damage or anything. But it happened on YouTube. So talk about it. Even make fun of it. I don't care. I didn't get upset about that with them. You know what I'm saying? It's not an issue. It happened on YouTube. Talk about it. But bringing me up when I'm nowhere to be found, when I'm not even relevant in the conversation, just to pick, poke, and prod. When you calling me out my name, when you want to suck on my dick, I got a problem with that. I'm spending money going out buying fabric, buying things, coming up with designs for you. D, Cunningham, Sean, stuff that I do that I get paid for. Well, I'm doing for you for free because I'm trying to cultivate a friendship with you. And this is how you acting and treating me for no reason whatsoever. You can't even tell. Those people can't even tell you what I've done to them. But I just spent an hour and 30 minutes telling y'all what they've done to me. So all this, oh, well, they can't tell you what I've done to them. I just did for the umpteenth time. So no, for anybody and everybody, if I'm mentioned in a way that I don't like, if I'm mentioned unprovoked, I'm digging in that ass. And I'm doing it with receipts. Period. It doesn't matter how many times I come over here and talk shit, how many people like your comments. I just gave you an hour and 30 minutes of what they have done to me and why I am not ever going to back down. I am a man of my word, which means when I say leave me the fuck alone, that's what I mean. Especially if I was at one point trying to cultivate a friendship with you. That's why when I told Nika, forgiveness, conversation, whatever, starts with truth, truth of self, truth of situation, truth of circumstances. That's what I mean. Not just with them, but with everybody. Exactly. Exactly. Love and care. Exactly. So when I say that, that's what I mean. All I want you to do is leave me alone. You say all these things like a queen stands alone, but yet I just showed how you have a whole royal court, quote unquote, court gestures and do people around you who will fight for you. And you know this, so you choose to manipulate them. Like I said, I felt for their whole little. That's why I told the story that when I heard your little 2016, that little story time about what happened in Vegas, and that what drew me in. That's what you do. That's the game you play. You play the little boy on the curb game, and you know what you're doing, and you're good at it because you've been doing it for your entire life. You told us that you will start fights or say stuff to people to start a fight, and then sit back and watch them fight, and you stay out of it. Oh, I don't know. My hands are clean. I didn't know my hands are clean. You told us that. You told us. You tell us that you purposefully disagree just to cause conflict and division and confusion. The only name for that is a chaos demon. And I always tell y'all, when I see you, I can't unsee you. So that's what I see in you. Like you? No. Want you? Hell no. You've been ran through more than a laundromat. The fuck I want with that? Let's keep the stuff real. Let's keep the stuff 100. Don't want you. Trust me. Didn't want you then either. I was really being nice to at the beginning. At some point, it became a game. Exactly, love and care. What's up, Caleb? How you doing, baby? No. The last time I spoke to him well, actually, the last time I sent him a text was 2019. And it was a Merry Christmas text. That was the last time I spoke to him or spoke in his direction. Period. So my point is, that's why I always ask the question. Show the people what you're talking about. I've done it. You always want to pin someone's little comment that agrees with your narrative, but your narrative isn't true. It only agrees with the narrative that you have told them, not the truth. So my thing is, you can't make up with someone when you don't even live your life in truth. If he was to say, you know what? Yeah, what he said was true. That what happened. Y'all saw it play out on here. What he talked about on here. A lot more shit happening on the background. But what he said, happened on here did happen on here that way. I can have a moniker of respect for you. But the fact that you choose to go on day after day, year after year with the same lie, the same line as narrative, and they want to sit here and act like I wanted you, I was chasing after you, I've been pining after you all these, man, are you crazy? That's why I said history is so important. These people come in here, oh, well, you want him. Oh, it sounds like you still like him. It sounds like, yeah, at one point I liked him. Like I like D, like I like Johnny, like I like Leo, like I like you know what I'm saying, Patrice. I had to have liked them if I gave them my personal phone number. I saw that too. I mean, I don't know what that means, but cool. Exactly. My thing is, if I am so desperate to be around you, show something after 2019 Christmas time. But yet you are. See, y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? It's always one coming over here with some bullshit. I hope you have a great day, baby. Opposed to just listening, getting the facts, you want to come in and assault. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy to me. It's funny to me. And it's always the desperate and the weak who don't understand truth is always going to win. My story has not changed. I kind of told all of it, but it's been broken down in several videos. So when I address him, it's because he have addressed me first, initially. Exactly, Love and Care. No one's featuring me yet, but yet I'm always in this conversation. I'm always either in the chat's conversation over there, and he has to mention it, or he has to respond to it. Y'all have seen me on panels with people who mention him, and I be quiet. Y'all have seen me in rooms where he is mentioned, and I am quiet because I don't care until he addresses me. I don't care what he's talking about, what he's doing. So, like, honestly, these people want my attention so bad that they will read something that someone wrote about me in the chat, hoping that I will respond to them, hoping that I will see it and be so enraged or outraged that I'm going to respond to them. You're nobody to me. Like, absolutely nobody to me. I will always address those people because I had some type of friendship with them. You're nothing. You're gum at the bottom of a shoe that was discarded. Period. You're a slight irritant at that, at best. So mentioning me, talking about that's why I say my name is mentioned all the time on these YouTube streets. Do I respond to everybody? No, because I don't care. I don't know you. You don't know me. We don't have anything. Hold on, I gotta put this up there. I'm the liar. I'm always lying. I'm known for lying, right? But when I said when I said that I told you I would never call you King or Kang, your response was, why would I want you to call me Kang when I want to call you Daddy? When I said that initially, What did he say, y'all? I don't call nobody daddy, not even my own goddamn man. His exact words. I don't call nobody daddy, not even my own goddamn man. Until what? I play the tapes. Hey, daddy. Daddy, I know you serious. What's up, Miss Diva, baby? How you doing, sweetheart? But I'm the liar. I blatantly busted him in a lie. Exactly. I caught him in a blatant lie. Had evidence, have receipts of everything I do. I have receipts on it. But yet, people want to be willfully ignorant. Well, you still like him. You still want him. Show me. What does stalking him look like? When the last thing I sent him was a Merry Christmas in 2019. And before that, he said everything was good. We're all good. So if I didn't know that you were, quote unquote, a liar, you proved it. All the little sayings, all the little statements, stay off those phones. Why do y'all think it takes me so long to get to what I need to get to when I'm looking for something on here? And I want to show y'all. There's hundreds of text messages from him. Even more phone calls and clips. Oh, I bet he watched. Like the other week, he was like, oh, I bet he said, listen to those clips now. No, I don't. It's evidence. It's evidence. So anytime someone forgets, here we go. Here's my receipts. What's his? Has he showed you where I stalked him? Has he showed you where I contacted him outside of 2019? No, it's not that. No, it's not that. I see. If you was listening, sweetheart, if you was listening, what I said is that I was cultivating friendships with these people. I said this 3 years ago. People that I had friendships with, or had some type of ship with. If you lie on me, I will always address you. Always, like you right there. Stop, Kendrick, Burnett. I'm addressing you right now. You can mention me for the next 15 years. I will ignore you because that's why I don't know you. I'm only addressing you now because you're in my chat. And you made a comment that is another false narrative. My ego isn't easy to poke if I don't know you. But if we had conversations outside of YouTube and we was cultivating friendships and we broke bread together, and you lie for no reason and you continue to tell lies on me, at that point, you will get addressed. If and when I choose to. You understand? You don't have to worry about it anymore, Jay. You're blocked. See how easy that is? You don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Unlike most people on here, I'm not on here for money and views. I'm here to tell a story, and this is my story. You have an option to either listen to it or not. If it's gibberish, you either listen to it or you don't. But you don't come down and insult me and expect to stay in my house. This is my house right here, virtually. You don't get to do that. Same thing. I told you. Why? Y'all remember why me and Sean fell out? Because he dropped down in my chat with an aggressive who. Now, Jay, you can no longer come to my chat. as that person because you dropped down with some bullshit. See, it's called options. You have a choice to either sit here and listen or move on. But you don't get to come down here and insult me and expect me to sit here and take it. That's not a choice you have, not over here. See how that works? And I'm not upset at you or nothing like that. I mean, you want to insult me as if you're really doing something when I have all the power? Just people understand. The receipts that I've gathered over the past several years, all those months I talked to old boy, what I gathered on Johnny Mac, that's the power I have. So my ego's not bruised, my ego's not soft or easy to poke at. I have the power. It's sad that y'all don't see it. If someone had as much stuff as I had on them, I would leave that person alone. I wouldn't want nobody to know that I licked tabbouleh off of someone's fingers. I wouldn't want someone to know that I had tabbouleh and sesame sauce and whatever else kind of sauce and chicken and shawarma and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to know that I was licking it off somebody's fingers. It doesn't make me look good as a married person, but at the same time, as a man of God, I wouldn't want people to know that I did that to a married man. And as someone in this long-term committed relationship, I'm so happy with my life, I wouldn't mess with somebody continuously who have emails, who have text messages, who have voice messages of me saying, "Hey, daddy, I can't wait to get real, real serious with you." And once again, Holy Day, that wasn't too disrespectful. At least I didn't take it that way, like I did with JJ. But you have a choice. It's listen or not listen. It can be 207 or 215 or 218 minus you, but yet you're still here. I appreciate the clicks and views. Okay. See, I mean, they weren't being nasty, I don't think. I think they were just saying, you know what I'm saying? Because when Jay said it's gibberish and all that stuff, I think that was a response to that. I'm thinking, at least I'm taking it that way. Like I said, if my ego was easy to bruise, I would have cussed Holy Day out. Because it could be taken the wrong way. It's not. I really don't care like that. You know what I'm saying? It's more or less that the people that I actually cultivated a friendship with, people that I actually had a connection with, attacking me for no reason. So now I'm gonna show you that you should have done that. Leave me alone. Walk away. You don't like me? Cool, don't like me. But when you say something I don't like about me, I'm gonna hit you with the truth. You know? How long did I keep that secret between Johnny Mac? Licking some booty off my hands. I understand, got you. I got you, baby. Some are respectful. Some are respectful. Yes. Some are respectful. I kept the secret between Johnny Mac for almost 3 years. Shit, hell, over 3 years now. Well, when I brought it out there, it wasn't 3 years, but it was like 2.5 years. It would never came out if he didn't write what he wrote in old girl's chat that I screenshot and put on my thing. Like every time that I go after these people, I show y'all why. If you left me alone and shut the fuck up, tuck your tail between your legs, duck your head, put up your church finger, and walk out quietly, I'll leave you alone. But you want to leave and broadcast yourself? Oh, I'm leaving this joint. Fuck this place. Okay, now get out. Let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is just a history lesson for people who don't understand, who don't know. And like I said, there are gonna be ones who are willfully ignorant. I'm gonna get all kind of craziness going on. People gonna be talking shit about it. People gonna do the other. But one thing they can't say and won't be able to say is that my story changed from the beginning till now. They won't be able to say that my story's changed from beginning to now. I gave you a chronological timeline of what went down, how it went down. There may have been a piece in the different place by a couple of days or weeks or whatever, because maybe it was not, but the story is still consistent. Yeah, I don't think they're defending. They're saying shit. The story's here. You're saying do your thing. I mean, he said, get your numbers. Basically, he said he was listening and watching, and people may not be interested in it. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm tired of it. Like literally, I am tired of it. I was debating last night because I was gonna do this last night when I got home from work. I was debating on, whether I should do this or not, because I'm tired of hearing the story. I'm tired of talking about it. I am sick and tired of talking about it. But I understand when Olivia, Shelley, and James say history is important, because you have these new people coming in not knowing what's going on, but yet still trying to form an opinion and don't care what really going on. But they just want to take a side because they want to be seen. I'm not seeing you. I don't see you. And I think it was Miss Diva to you wrote a message saying these people don't know what they're talking about. They're making all these comments, but they don't know what they're talking about. That was one of the things that pushed me to do this. Because there's people out here who don't know what's going on, don't know the history, don't know why it's so severe. Or just get over it. Okay, I will. I'll be happy to. But the same thing. What's up, Conjure? How you doing, baby? I'll be happy to get over it. But tell the person to stop mentioning me unprovoked. Tell the person to, stop. It doesn't take much to just stop. Because y'all know I really truly don't mention them until I mentioned. Like, you're talking about Blab days. I wasn't even a content creator during Blab days. You saying I'm stalking you. I'm worse than D-Miss. 10 times worse than D-Miss. It's easy to say that, but you can't show it. Then the other day, what was the other thing? I told y'all married men want me. Hashtag I don't want you. What and anything that I've said in the past couple of days told you that I wanted you. Can anyone tell me what I wrote or said in the past couple of days to show that I wrote him? Or sorry, I wrote him. I want him. I just told Nika forgiveness starts with truth. And when I did my video, I put my situation into it. Me and Jay Dunn. Yeah, he was a catalyst for it, but I turned it into my story about me. Why I don't forgive people who've done me wrong unprovoked. Because they lie and stand in their lies. I'm confused. And that's I always say, like, okay, that's what I say. And it's okay. Like these, if he admitted that, not only to himself, but to his people. Because the funny thing is, a couple people over there, or that was over there at the time, told me that. Damn, holy day. He said, I'm on whose life, so shit got nowhere else to go but here. Thank you for being here, baby. See, you know what? And it's all that right there, you know what I'm saying? But who's trash? I'm confused. You know, it's all old, it's all trash. But he said old trash. It's old trash. But this old trash. I think she meant to say it's all trash, but it's okay. You know. Grammar and literacy is something that, you know what I'm saying, this country is have a problem with. But thank you for your time. You know. But yeah. People kill me. Like I said, like it's funny to me. Like I don't get upset. Cause like I said, why don't I get upset with a troll? Like when you're disrespectful, yeah, I don't have to put up with that. But yeah, yeah. Now you want to get smart, baby. Let's not get smart, okay? Because while you're still here, you have a nice little seat in the building. Your ass can get put out in the rain. See, that little smart ass comment was not. I meant old trash. What's old trash, bitch? You want your mama? Your mama's box? What's old trash? Your asshole? Your mouth? What the fuck is old trash? Your dumb ass chose to come here late at night and listen to some old trash. So they make you an old piece of trash, right? See how quickly it turns? See how quickly I can get on that ass if I want to? And you haven't even blocked yet, so you can respond if you want to. Don't get fucking smart with me in my motherfucking house. Are you fucking crazy? What the fuck's wrong with you? See, someone's polite to your stupid ass. You don't know how to motherfucking act. You're absolutely right. And now you're blocked. How about that? Is that funny? Is that funny enough for you? Holy day. Oh, holy day. Oh, holy day. When Jesus walks, I put your ass away. You see how quickly it turns? You see how quickly it turned? Didn't expect that, did you? You're not gonna keep on letting you play in my face. Getting smart. You thought that, didn't you? You thought you was clever. You thought that you were funny. Y'all see how quick it happens? I give you opportunity to speak your little mind. You want to get smart. Let's see people's heart. They don't get it. They don't understand. They don't get it, Leandras. Let me care. They don't get it, baby. They think that they think they actually win in something. Like it's the same thing with the people over there who think that they can say shit about me when I have the power. This is my platform. You will never win while I'm talking, stuttering, stammering, all, and you're typing. You will never win. You can never win when I have the microphone and you're just a voice in a stadium somewhere. Stupid? Old trash? Make it make sense. People don't get it, y'all. That's it. It's the slow. It's the ability to not understand or comprehend what power truly is. Not Chad. Chad, I'm pregnant. And it's yours. Conjure it up. Don't start me with that one. Don't start me with that one. Conjure it up. Well, they probably can sleep if they take their finger out their ass. Stop finger popping yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stop jacking off. Stop looking at the picture I sent you and and I'm just saying, maybe you can sleep. Like I don't get it. Like I said, y'all never see me down someone's chat that I don't like, popping shit and talking shit. For what? Even as a troll, it doesn't make sense to me. Right. This is the subject matter for the video. The history will always be important. It's all part of the history. Like I said, for the new folks who don't know, it's not old to them. I dropped several little gems in this chat that y'all didn't know before. I don't talk to the slow. I'm not going to do a PowerPoint presentation detailing what it is. It ain't that serious to me. So if you don't catch it, that's on you. That says more about you than it does me. The fuck? The fuck? I'm just saying. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. Exactly. I don't care. Right. And it's not only that, because just stop bringing me up. Like, if like I said, I don't mind being talked about. But I'm not over there in his chat screenshotting him when his mouth is open, his eyes is closed, he blinking, one eye open, one eye closed, mouth open, one eye, and then putting on my StreamYard saying, or putting on my page saying, y'all look at him, look how he look. But he's doing that to me. But yeah, I'm stalking him. I'm not taking parts of his video, rearranging it, and re-uploading it. Well, it's not talking about him like that. Yeah, I mean, if like that, and even to this, like, he can respond to this. What and if he does, it's gonna be, oh, he's lying, but he won't ever tell you what I'm lying about. That's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that that it's like, for real. And people will run with it. Oh, you lied on him. You lied on him. You lied on him. What did I lie about? There's a trick. Y'all like to look stuff up. Y'all like to do the research. Let me know what I lied about. See, it's easy for me to say, oh, you're a liar. But it's harder for you to pinpoint what I lied about. That's all I'm saying. Love and care. Love and care. I guarantee you he look at that more than I listen to the voice messages. I guarantee you he look at that picture more so than I look at that voice message. Baby coming to bed? Okay. Hey, Miss Douglas, baby, how you doing? No one does me, baby. I'm pregnant, and it's yours. I'll be up in a minute. I'm just going downstairs in a second. But yeah. Oh, hope I don't fall on the stairs. But yeah. I guarantee you, you look at those pictures more than I listen to that video. But yeah, it's just funny to me. Like I said, people think that, I mean, leave me alone. Don't say my name ever. No. If I do something crazy, talk about it. It's YouTube fodder. But don't, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me unprovoked. I ain't do nothing to you. Use a hand grenade emojis, Miss Douglas. You're good, baby. It's just that, I mean, like, people been acting like I'm harassing that man, but they can't prove that. They can't show anything that, well, I'm doing that at, which is kind of crazy to me. No, that's not the fact. Natural Select. After 2 hours, you still don't get it. But that's what I'm saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying. People are willfully ignorant. People are going to go by whatever they want to go by. But those who actually will do some research and listen and look and see that what I've said has been consistent for the past 3 years. Thank you, Leanne. Just like what make like what and that's why I don't like the story. You know, that's why I don't like the story. That's why I don't like telling the story. That's why I don't even like it because people are gonna say that, but there's nothing that is valid in what was said. So naturally selected, baby. What did I say that led you to believe that? Sorry, select natural chocolate, sweetheart. Sorry, naturally select. I apologize. What did I say that I mean, let's not say I'm confused. You said from the very beginning. It's okay that you like I said from the very beginning. It's okay if you have favorites. It's okay if you don't like me. It's okay. And that's the bottom line right there, loving care. That's the bottom line. No, but the thing is, it's that's fine, thank you, but it's okay. But clearly, you're not listening. I mean, and I'm not saying it to be mean or be disrespectful. Was not, but what about what I've said or what I've been showing for the past several years shows you that. If I say I liked him initially as a friend, I was trying to befriend him and I was trying to work through some things with him, it must be. Because he ain't the only one who's mentioning my name out of the blue. Like a lot of people mention my name out of the blue. Yeah, I mean, you like it was not. Tell me what makes you say that? Because I said that initially I liked him was not. Yeah, like I said, I liked him like I like Johnny Mac, like I like D Ramsey, like I like Leo, like I like a lot of people. But me liking them don't mean that you know what I'm saying. I was trying to sleep with them. I told you from the very beginning. It was a sexual conversation on his part. He initiated a sexual conversation. I didn't. I just played along. What do I do then? Since it's not what I say, natural. I mean, select natural chocolate, baby. What do I do to show that? Because what I do is respond. And if I do talk about something was not, it's a situation. I just want to know because I'm confused. Because actually, I'm asking the question that select natural baby because this: if I am doing something that shows that I want to stop, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that anymore. So if I don't know what I'm doing to convey that or to portray that, I can't stop that behavior. So I'm trying. So if that's what people are seeing, what am I doing that I need to stop doing so that can not be the narrative that I'm putting out there, if that makes sense. Because that's not what it is. I thought I explained it clearly tonight. I thought I've been explaining it clearly for the past 3 nights. Sorry, past 3 years. And is anyone else in the chat, even in the bushes, drop down. Let me know if y'all seeing the same thing as well. Let me know what I'm doing so I can change. So select natural chocolate. You said I should move on. I have moved on, sweetheart. If I haven't contacted him since 2019, and that was a Merry Christmas, which I sent out to everyone that I was in contact with at that time, and that was the last thing I sent. How have I not moved on? And if my response to being addressed and talked about and lied on constantly isn't moving on, I guess I would never move on then. Because I said, as long as you lie on me, as long as you talk shit about me, as long as you keep poking and prodding unprovoked, I will never stop responding. He's not happy that I'm pregnant by y'all. He's not happy by that. As Douglas, I'm sorry, Miss Douglas, baby. He ain't happy about me being pregnant by y'all. But other than that, he's thrilled. Okay, understandable. You know, and love to shop, baby. I 100% totally agree with you. But you know how often I'm mentioned by him, and do you know how often I don't respond? I don't. I don't give him the energy. Every video, if y'all are, if y'all pay attention, if y'all watch that individual, every video I am mentioned in some way, shape, or form. I'll let him know, Miss Douglas. And I say that because this is why I say that, because I don't watch every video he makes. I don't. But the videos that I do watch, I'm mentioned. I can't be that lucky. You know what I'm saying? I can't be that lucky that every video that I watch, no matter how few they are, how far between they are, I'm mentioned in some way, shape, or form. I'm mentioned in some way, shape, or form. So if I don't watch a video of his again for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when I watch one, somehow my name will be mentioned. If that makes sense. It's like if you don't go out to the clubs often, but every time you go to the club, you see the same person, you can only deduce that they go to the club every time the club is open. If you go to the club once every 3 months, but every time you go to the club, they at the club, unless they stalking you, they're all the time. If that makes sense. So that's how I deduce that my name is mentioned more times than I care to mention, or more times than I have addressed. But he ain't the only one. There's another one who wears the same shirt that mentions my name all the time. Anytime my name comes up, or anytime my name can be mentioned, is mentioned. And you're absolutely right, baby. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. And that's why I laugh a lot of times, because I find it funny. I see that. You see that. A lot of people see that. But there are people who are willfully ignorant, choose to be willfully blind, and not be like, damn, let it go. Shit, y'all both said no. I mean, if, like I said, even if I say you win, you got it, you won, you got it. He knows he didn't win. His whole thing is the get back. It's the big get back. He wants to get you back. Yeah, that one. That one. Every time, like the other day, had a beautiful woman on the panel with him. Beautiful woman. They both have Volvos. Someone in the chat writes, because they're talking about lane control. Someone in the chat writes, oh, Food Junkie needs to get that. He reads it out loud. Why? Today. You know what I'm saying? Within the first 5 minutes of the video, I don't want to talk about Food Junkie and Sean Bradley. I don't want to talk about Food Junkie and Sean Bradley. Then don't. You see how I mentioned that person's name? Y'all all know who I'm talking about? Well, I didn't mention the person's name, but y'all all know who I'm talking about? They mad because I busted them because they wore the same shirt 5 days out of 7. And then wore the same shirt to Vegas 3 days later. Then wore the same shirt a couple days ago. When y'all hanging out with your people watching movies, wearing the same shirt that you wore last week, 2 weeks ago, 5 days in a row, 5 days out of 7. I don't got time for you. Go wash your clothes. Go change your clothes. All them long sleeve, too big, too small shirts you got, get those bitches hemmed in or give them away. Oh. I was slow. But I'm saying, like, it's a lot of them. They mad. Like, why are y'all mad? Y'all leave me alone. Like I'm saying, you're not plus that. Like that person was there. I'll just cut that person out because that person, like I said, I have no dealings with that person whatsoever. Once again, I think that's why they're mad. They can't get over themselves. They think that they were the hot shit. Well, when I was skinny, when I was thin, when I only gained this weight during the pandemic, when I was skinny. When were you ever skinny? I have pictures before the pandemic where you was fat as hell. Dancing, you know what I'm saying, because you got a super chat. Like stop. I ain't gonna sit here and argue with you, man. You ridiculous. You have all this going on, but yet you still worried about what's going on with somebody else. If you don't shut your ass up and sit down somewhere or go running somewhere, I know you better. Like I said, while this history lesson was about old dude from Baltimore, if you watch certain patterns of people who fuck with me on a consistent basis, you will see the same things. You'll see the same behaviors. You'll see the same patterns. They mention me, they poke, they prod unprovoked, hoping that I would say something, hoping that I would cuss and fuss and give them some energy while it's not. I told you, it's that third grade mentality. I like them, but I don't know that I like them, so let me pull their hair and throw rocks at them. Let me put spitballs on them. You don't get the fuck away from me. You said it, love and care. I'm sorry, love the shop, baby. I didn't. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I see all that stuff. I hear all that stuff. Like I said, my y'all like I know if y'all are out there watching, certain, looking at certain things, my name is mentioned quite a bit on here for somebody who's irrelevant, who has a struggling, fledgling channel. You know, yes, Leandros, baby. I hope you do. You get better, baby. I'll be praying for you. But yeah, it's like as much as I mentioned was not, I should be on here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As much as I mentioned on here, for real. I'm not because I don't care enough. But it's just if I don't, like I said, if I don't have a friendship or was trying to have a friendship with you or not, what you say really is irrelevant. It really truly is. Exactly. Right. Screenshotting, looking, listening. Oh well, I heard I was sent. You sure was sent right to my channel with your ears wide open. Hmm. Good question. Good thing. Um, love to shop. What would my takeaway be in this history lesson? And this is for me. This is for me. What my true takeaway is, if I'm being honest, I shouldn't have played the game. Period. Oh yeah, I know they declare. I'm gonna call the police. Conjure up. Call the police. They definitely do. I shouldn't have played the game. Period. When I knew what was going on from the very first thing, opposed to going along with it, I should have stopped it then and there. The answer to the question of when you first saw me, what did you think about me? My true answer and response should have been, I'm married and I don't look at you that way. That was my true answer should have been. I'm married and I didn't look at you that way. I saw you as a vice for entertainment. Now let's get back to talking about this masquerade situation that you want me to help you with. So my true takeaway is I shouldn't have played the game to begin with. I should have not played the game to begin with. Regardless of, you know, my thoughts, I shouldn't have played the game to begin with. But that was my ego. That was my ego. That was my ego. You know what I'm saying? And that's me being honest. And see, that's what the difference, and that's the difference between me and a lot of these other people was not. They're not willing to be honest with themselves first. They're not willing to be honest with y'all. They would have put it back on the other person. You know what I'm saying? And you see how when you ask me, well, what was my takeaway, or what was the takeaway? The takeaway I put back on myself. No, I have not. See, I put it back on myself. I took responsibility for my actions and my involvement. That's what I said from the very beginning. This doesn't make me look good. This is not me bragging. This is not me, you know what I'm saying, thinking that I'm the man. I was wrong as well. While I can say it was justifiable, wrong nonetheless. If you steal because you're hungry, you still broke the law. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? While it could be looked at as, okay, you did what you had to do in order for you to eat or feed your children, what the case may be, you still stole. You still broke the law. I still was wrong from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't play the game, I wouldn't be here. If I didn't do what I did, if I didn't allow my ego to get into play because I felt they was playing me, so I had to win that game, I wouldn't be here. All this wouldn't have happened. If I would have just kept it, you know what I'm saying? I'm married. I don't look at you that way. Well, it's not. Let's get back to business at hand. I wouldn't be here. And thing is, love the shot, baby. That's the difference. So when people like, oh well, you know, I know what's up. I know right from wrong. Yeah, exactly. It's about all these little games. But I said this a couple of videos ago. It's about all these little games that people play. All these little games, like, and you get caught up with your ego so much that you want to show that you're a better game player. Yeah, it makes like you want to show that you're a better game player. It's that ego. It was my ego, and I know, like I said before, I'm like people don't understand. Calling me unattractive is not gonna hurt me. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna hurt me. I don't care. In real life, in the real world, that's not how people see me. And that's not even how they see me when they weren't mad at me. But now that they're mad, I'm the ugliest person in the world. I'm Quasimodo to them now that they're mad or hurt. So I don't even think they're mad. I think they're hurt or embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my takeaway. I shouldn't have played the game to begin with. I should have kept it strictly platonic, strictly professional, especially when from the very beginning, I knew what you were doing. When you asked me that question, what did I think of you when I first saw you? And my response was, you all right. My response should have been, I don't look at you that way. I'm married. Let's get back to business at hand. So yeah. And that's that ego right there, loving care. I know that. I knew that. And my point was, you're not going to do that with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you whatever, and I'm going to use whatever I need to use in order for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that ego. Like I said, I take full responsibility for my part in it. But if you stop, I stop, and that's also my ego talking. Because I can stop right now and just ignore you altogether, and I really don't care. But at the same time, there are people like Holy Day and whoever else that I blocked out of here was not with the trolling aspect was not who just trying to they would run with that. Thank you, love the shot, baby. And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm different than everybody else. I'm willing to tell the truth because I told the truth to myself a long time ago. I knew when all this was going down, I shouldn't have done it from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all see I don't come on here flirting with people like that anymore. I don't come on here flirting with people, especially people I don't know. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like. Let me care. You was here, Leandra. You were here. Shit, y'all was here when I was flirting heavy and hard with everybody. I don't do that anymore. Because one, people get the wrong idea. People take things too seriously. They don't realize that this is just me flirting virtually, and then it becomes something totally different than what it is. You know, I have to change my behavior on here. I have to change how I move on here. I have to change how I present myself on here. You know, so you can judge me for what I did previously, but understand, I knew what I was doing, and it doesn't make me look good. It doesn't excuse it, but you know, is what it is. My husband don't care. My husband understands. He knows. He knows who I am. He knows I'm not gonna do anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, we talk about what happened. You know what I'm saying? If I'm listening to Sean or whoever else on here, and he knows that I don't really get along with them like that, he'll ask, "Why you listen to them? I thought you don't like them." But I gotta hear what they're saying. If it's something that I can use later on down the line, and that's the game. If I'm gonna be on YouTube, I'm gonna be in this sector. I gotta play by this sector's rules by keeping who I am. But I can play it my way. You know what I'm saying? I can play by the rules that this sector have, but I got to do it my way, if that makes sense. I get that. But I think that this is just my opinion. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist. Sometimes you're in a storm and you get a calm and you latch onto that. And when that calm or that stability is not what you want it to be or how you see it is, it hurts. But when you find out and realize that what you thought was your calm or your stability was never that, and it was all a game, it hurts you to your core. And for that, you know, it's not what I meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like I said, when like even to this day, I don't hate that individual. I don't hate them at all. I see a scared little boy. I see the little boy that was left on the curb. I really do. I see that. Right. Exactly. Let me get right. Because I told you all this before. And tell me if I know I told this to y'all before. If y'all heard this before from me, he tried to do that because he told me this. He tried to get close to my husband because he wanted my husband to not question when him and I travel so we can hook up. He told me this, and I swore I told y'all that. He wanted to get closer with my husband. So when we travel, or if he wanted me to go somewhere with him or not, my husband wouldn't really question it, and we could hook up. Now, if y'all heard me say this before, was that let me know. But I could have sworn I told y'all this before. He told me that. He wanted my husband to trust him and to like him was not. So if he wanted to go somewhere was not, he would, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to get close to my husband. So when if he wanted me to go somewhere, whatever, you know what I'm saying, we could hook up and my husband wouldn't question it. I told Please tell me if I told y'all this before, if y'all heard that before from me. Because I mean, I could have sworn I told y'all this before. If you heard me say that before, let me know. Even if you watch the replay, let me know that if y'all heard me say this before. I could have sworn I did. Like I said, nothing I'm saying is new. That's why I want to get close to my husband. Like, and that is weird to me. Like that aspect is weird to me. That's why I like, yeah, we're not doing that. I did. Okay. Okay. Good. Love and care. I said it before. I could have sworn I did. I could have sworn. I could have sworn I said it. I could have sworn I said it before. But yeah, but like I said, there's so much. Like I said, there's so much history to this saga, to this situation. Was that? It's why I'm like, stop, because it really does. It just makes me feel even sadder for you. It makes me feel like, damn. It makes you feel like, you don't like something's. I think when he always says IEP, I'm thinking that you have one. I'm thinking that you're on one, because you don't realize that you really have no power. You really have no win. You have no aces. You have no kings, no queens, no jacks, no tens, no nines, no eights, no sevens, no sixes, no fives, no fours, no twos, no threes. You have nothing. Mm. But yeah, like it was, and when I say it got weird, that what got weird for me. You know what I'm saying? That got weird because you're trying to ask all these questions about how many times we have sex and what positions we do, and I'm like, yeah, that's why I stopped. Left the shop. That's why I stopped, baby. That's why I stopped. Or only do it with like James, because James, no, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or do it with people, or I flirt with people who know. You know what I'm saying? That is just a flirt. Mm. Like I said, I told you a story also before. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they got, but it works for them. It works for them. But yeah, that's what made it weird. Like and that's the history. Like, you don't think I remember what we talked about? You don't think I remember what you said or what went down? Now your chat don't know what's going on. Your club and your side eyes and your eyes don't know what's going on. What's that? But I know what we talked about. I know what you did. I know what you said, and it's weird. All this deflection, all this projection and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. You want everybody to believe that, oh yeah, he's after me, he wants me. But there's no proof. And just to back up my story about trying to get close to my husband to so we can go places was not, and we can hook up. Think about what I showed you guys on my it's on my community page. That little was it meme or text or gif, whatever you call it, where he said, "All I want to do is travel around the world and fuck you on balconies." He sent me that around the same time he told me that that's why he wanted to get close to my husband, so my husband can get to know who he is, so he don't question when we travel places together. Like I'm saying, my stuff adds up. My stuff makes sense. You know, my stuff makes sense. My stuff isn't something that is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, baby. I guess that comes from my understanding is, I guess one time I was in the once I was in the chat when they was talking about it was not, there's something about not being able to shake me off. But I'm like, if you still got piss on the tip of your dick, take some tissue and wipe yourself up, clean it up. So yeah, that don't make sense to me because, like I said, you can't show anything. The T was dropped tonight that I haven't contacted him since 2019, and that was a text saying Merry Christmas. But yet you can't shake me. Now, if you show text up until this point where I was texting you, then that will make sense. But it doesn't make sense to me. So, like I said, that right there doesn't bother me because it doesn't make sense to me. It has to make sense. It has to make sense. And that doesn't make sense to me when I have all this information about you that you sent to me. You know what I'm saying? That I've shown, not even close to all of it, but I've shown stuff like that. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like asking me, do I have a passport? Like this. I mean, I guess that was, his way of trying to woo me. And I told you, even after the whole New York thing, it was, you see how good it is to be my friend? Maybe I've been to New York before, but I've been on business. So yes, I like when I said I didn't experience New York like I experienced it with D. Ramsey. I didn't, because I would do day trips to New York. I would shop in New York. I would go eat lunch in New York, and then come back home. I would meet friends in New York, not hang out in New York with family and stuff. And family's not going to theater. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you come to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to experience Atlanta the same time, the same way every time. You're going to go to the Coca-Cola Museum. You're going to go to the aquarium. You're going to go to the 5 Points. You're going to go to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to experience the amphitheater. You're going to experience the tabernacle. Well, it's not to see a concert, maybe, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of things to do in a city, be it big or small, that you won't experience it the same way. Like you may go to the amphitheater, or the tabernacle, but if you haven't been to the Fox Theater to see a play, you haven't experienced that before. If you're not from here, there's things in Atlanta. I've been here, going on 30 years, 25, 30 years. I've been here in Atlanta, and I still haven't experienced Atlanta the way some people have experienced Atlanta. It's ever changes, it's ever evolving. Evolving. Yeah. So oh well, you said that you never experienced Atlanta before. New York before like that until you went to. Yeah, I never did. No, I didn't go to 2 plays in 2 days. No, I never done that before. No, I never just walked around Central Park. I didn't have time to. I was doing other stuff. I was hanging out with friends. I was going to clubs. I was, doing all kind of stuff. Yeah, so there's things that I didn't experience in New York, like I experienced it with D. But like I said, if I don't live there, there are different things that you won't experience. So yeah, like I'm completely transparent. I don't care. Like, say, what are you gonna say? Oh, you never. I've been in New York several times. Stayed in New York. Stayed in hotels. Stayed with friends. Stayed with family. I told you I have in-laws in New York. You think that they're going to the theater and hanging out? No, they hanging out in their neighborhoods, going to local spots. Doing what they do. So I'm doing what they do. I'm not going there for a cultural experience. You know? Yeah. So yeah, it's just what I'm saying. It's the history that keeps me there. But like I said, I'll allow my ego to get caught up in the bullshit. Like I said, when I get tired of you mentioning me or talking about me what's not, then I respond. But like I said, if I was to respond every time I mention, I'll be on here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, cussing, fussing, and screaming. And I ain't even doing all that. I ain't even doing all that now. I'm just saying this is the people who want to know the why and who think that, oh, well, you're like, no, I don't like him. Trust me. Trust me. I don't. It's not that. It's not that. You know, it's not. I promise you that. It's not that. And like, if I told y'all that I sent a dick pic, and I told y'all that I had Johnny Mac eating out my hand, sucking my fingers, was not. Why wouldn't I tell y'all that I like that man? Why wouldn't there be any evidence whatsoever for that argument? Like, some things you got to think about a little bit harder than just breathing in and out. Some things you got to, what I'm saying, put a couple brain cells together and think about. Hey, newbie baby, how you doing? I know you up all night, baby. I really did enjoy your conversation the other day, newbie. I really did enjoy that. I really did enjoy that. I really did. I really did enjoy the conversation the other day. But yeah, I just want to come in, you know what I'm saying, and give y'all some history. It went longer than I thought it was going to go. But yeah, like I'm saying, if you don't know the history about what's going on or why it is, and you just coming in, but you haven't been here for the almost 3 years that it's been going on, then you would be confused. You would look like, oh well, why don't you just stop responding? Why don't you just stop addressing it? Why don't you just because you gotta understand the psyche of this individual. This individual want to win, but unfortunately, there's nothing they can do to win. So they'll keep picking, poking, and trying to prod just to get a centimeter, a millimeter, a decimeter, you know what I'm saying, ahead. Exactly. And basically that's it. That's it. Love and care. That's it. And that's the problem right there. Love the shot, baby. And that's the problem right there. And he knows that. And that's the problem right there. No matter how much screaming and yelling and fussing and cussing and lying and changing narratives he do here on YouTube, he has to live with that in real life. He has to face himself in real life every day. You know what I'm saying? That's what he has to do. He has to come to the understanding and the conclusion that, damn, I thought I was playing this game. What happened to my joystick? What happened to the point where I was supposed to be winning? He's upset. He's mad. He's miserable. He basically got played. You know, and that's never going to happen because, like I said, there's nothing that I've done. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to plug up this computer up because it's going to die in a second. But there's nothing that I've done or given him that really jeopardized my credibility like that. Besides doing the initial thing. As I said, that's why he will always forever be upset. On his part, yeah. Yeah, definitely was. That's why he's so upset about it or hurt about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, but yeah. But that's what it is. And my thing is, like I said, and I kind of feel bad, but every time you keep picking and prodding and poking and just not letting it go, you make it worse. So I can't feel bad because you're making it worse. Like this could have stopped long time ago. This could have stopped shit before it started. You know what I'm saying? How stupid would I look to everybody, not just the people who don't like me or who choose to be willfully ignorant, but how stupid would I look 3 years later still talking about it? And he has been quiet and not mentioned me. Then I would be crazy. Then I would be the stalker. Then I would be the one. You know what I'm saying? You have control of those people, it's not control them. Control the narrative. Not in the way that you're doing it, but by stopping it. You keep picking at a sword that is never going to heal. Just always turning septic at this point. Right. You know. But yeah, it's like I would look crazy if I wasn't brought up. Like I said, the other day, you were talking about Blab and what happened on Blab and you cussing out D Mist and Shelly and Nika and James and all y'all on that was not. You talking about all that on Blab. But yeah, somehow my name comes up. I wasn't even around. That doesn't make sense. So when I respond, your people want to make me look crazy, like, oh well, why you bring him up? He ain't said nothing about you. All he said was no. He should have said nothing. Like I said, I don't do nothing on here for the most part to be talked about on here, and that's a good thing and a bad thing for those who want attention. I don't want to stand out. I'd rather just blend. Right, people who you think who got the best of them. You know, it burns his buttons that April on site. Yo, good Judy, love and care, said she ran this channel. He would never forgive that or forgive her for that. He would never forgive Deanna. He would never forgive Deanna because Deanna didn't let him get what he wanted. He didn't get what he wanted from Deanna. I told you it's that child. It's that child who was left on that curb, who felt abandoned, was disappointed. What can I say? Yeah, there are some people that he would never forgive because he felt that they embarrassed him publicly. He felt that they did something just horrendous to him. I was one of those people, and I am one of those people who did it. And the fact that I say it and do it so blatant and in his face without really being apologetic for it. So I'm not really sorry that I did it, but I know I shouldn't have done it. If that makes sense. I'm adult enough to know that I shouldn't have done it. Am I sorry that I did it? No. No, I'm not. Yeah. He he needs people to, you know what I'm saying, woo woo him. And when you don't woo woo him the way he want to be woo woo wooed, it upsets him like a petulant child. Like a petulant child. Kicking, screaming, throwing a tantrum, fall on the floor, trying to break things, all that stuff. Exactly. And that's what that is over there, which is fine. But it's just that, and you thought that you was going to talk to me any kind of way and treat me any kind of way. And I'm supposed to sit there. No, I'm not weak by any means. I'll be patient with you. I'll give you a little bit of leeway because I see your trauma. But sooner or later, I'm going to get tired of dealing with your trauma. I'm going to get tired of, you know what I'm saying, we will warn you. Especially when you call yourself an adult, especially when you want people to believe that you're more than what you are. I can't sit here and keep make you feel good about your mediocrity or your lack thereof, whatever it is that you're searching for. I can't do it. And if you focus on people that do that for you, you'll be happier. Stop worrying about the people who don't give you that. Stop worrying about the people who don't, you know what I'm saying, lift you up or build you up or put you on a pedestal. You say you don't want that, but your action says differently. Mm, mm, mm. That's what it is, you know. And like I said, you know, I shouldn't have done it, but I don't feel bad about doing it because, I mean, while I know I shouldn't have done it, while I know that I should have stopped it from the very beginning, at the same time, what if I didn't? I'd be like everybody else that he done cussed out and ran all over. Well, it's not, you know, and that's just not me. Sorry to say it. Sorry to hurt your feelings. You know, right. And nor did what you call it. He didn't know about Johnny Mac either. Like I said, I did the same thing to Johnny Mac that I did to Sean. You're being disrespectful. You're being egregious. Now let me show you how to play this game. Let me show you how I play this game. But like I said, with that is like, and what confuses me about old dude in New York is that we had conversations. You know what I'm saying? He told me, like Johnny Mac told me that he can see that Sean liked me more than I liked him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then to see you up under him and smiling and grinning and cheesing. And y'all saw the pictures of Johnny Mac on my shoulder. It's like, I don't know what kind of demons y'all deal with, what kind of people that y'all deal with was not. I don't know. I don't know. Right, because like I said, when she did the video, I don't care. She lost a lot of people. A lot of people ran from over there. We were like, well, they were like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was already like, fuck this shit, you know what I'm saying? But they were like, the fuck? What? That what they thinking? You know? And like I said, and everyone, like me, Onsite, Deanna, you know what I'm saying? We all like we not some crew or clique. Like it's not like we left over there and clicked up with each other. No, we just realized that that shit was stupid. We go where we go. We like who we like. What's not. Like I said, there's people that I like that, you know what I'm saying? Deanna don't like. People I like that April don't like. People that I like that James don't like. People they like that I don't fuck with. And it's not a big deal. We're all grown. You know, we're just all grown. Like this whole thing where you got to be accepted by people. You have to be liked by people. You have to be part of a group of yeah. Who we're grown. At least I am. You know, so yeah. But after that video, like I said, I didn't see the video. Even to this day, I never saw the video. I heard about it. I heard what she said, but yeah, I never saw the video per se. Oh, was it? Mm. That's it. So the thing is, and my thing is this: people think that I'm watching. I'm stuff. I don't. Like I said, when I go over there every once in a while, my name is mentioned. So I don't know what he said today. I know what he said yesterday and the day before. That's why I posted on my thing. So people like, if someone can mention something about me, he'll post on his community page. I told you this had happened. This is what happened. Like even when Johnny Mac quote unquote did what he did, After I expose him for who he is, and me saying, I'm pregnant and it's yours. He posted it like that was the hot topic. No, it's from Little Under Shame. It's a movie. It's a line from a movie that I thought was funny. I'm silly. Y'all know I throw a line out there in a movie in a heartbeat and just be silly for no reason. You know, like he thought that was a smoking gun. Oh, I'm going to embarrass him with this right here. No. Why are you involved? It doesn't involve you. Or was it something stupid? All the way from at the door. And when he came to the door, he got put right back out. Period. You know, I saw him saying stuff all this time. Like I said, people think, oh, you want him to say one thing with that, and you want to go off. No. I've been throwing shade for years. Since we stopped talking, I told you the video he made. See, all the stuff I'm telling y'all right now is all the stuff I've already been said. When Jerry Mack was throwing shade at Deanna for no reason whatsoever, we talked and I just asked him, is that okay? I mean, is he sure that that's what he want to do? Because he knows Deanna's going to go for his head. That's just not something that you want to do if you don't have a problem with him. The next day he does the whole video saying, I threatened him. What? I threatened you? I threatened who? Okay. Okay, I see where this is going. I see where this is going. Yeah, it's that whole thing. Even when she said, "Oh, when we was behind the scenes texting each other, and that I felt part of the cool kids." That right there told you who she was. And no offense, like I said, I like D. Like I said, to this day, I like D. She's a good time. I ain't gonna lie to you. She's a good time. She's silly. She's a good time. A liar, but she's a good time nonetheless. You know, and people understand you could be, you know what I'm saying, two sides of the same coin. A coin has a head and a tail. You can be both a head and a tail as long as you're a quarter. So I can, you know what I'm saying, give you constructive criticism and or critique your behavior, but still like you're the person. But some people just can't take critique. Some people just can't take critique. They think that you're always attacking them. No, I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You can tell the truth. No one. No one's numbers went down. Remember, I guess it was said that if I left him, no one would know who I am. No one would watch you. No one would be around you. No one would support you. Girl, that's what y'all think. I'm good. And even if I had one person over here, that's more. There's one I didn't have yesterday. You know, I'm okay. Oh yeah, definitely that. Definitely that. Especially when you're stuck in a child's mentality. You know, and it was so funny because was it yesterday the video I watched was not her said something like, "Well, I do stuff for a lot of people was not that no one knows about." Well, let's talk about the people that we do know that you did stuff for. You bring up Nika every time you get mad at her. You know what I'm saying? About what you did for her in 2016. Bought some clothes from Marshalls. You bring up James and what you quote unquote did for him by letting him use your points to travel across the world. You bring up Timothy Blaine when he was in Atlanta, you bought him a burger. You told me personally that you see how it is to be Sean Bradley's friend. So you don't throw what on people's face. See what I'm saying? Like I said, all this stuff people talk about was not, regardless if I say anything about him or not, y'all got to look at what people say. And they're meeting up, they're trying to squash something or say something to someone's face. It all starts with truth. And out your mouth comes, you can keep a secret and you don't tell what's going on behind the scenes and you can do something for people it's not. But I just named 4 people that you quote unquote said you did something for, that you throw back up in their face every time you get mad. Or you threw back up in their face when you got mad. And you changed since when? I'm just saying, make it make sense. Like you, like you don't think that maybe they don't have Five Guys in San Francisco. So yeah, when he's in town, let me tell you something that they probably don't have. Not because he can't afford it, not because he don't eat out, because he don't have that fast food restaurant in his city. Speaking of that, thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. So, do y'all realize why I exposed text messages and emails? Little bit of history. Do you realize why I exposed his text messages and emails to me and voice messages and stuff? Tell me, do y'all remember when he fell out with Rick, when he fell out with Tracy? What did he do? Did he not expose their text messages and their emails? Did he not expose a text message and an email that Rick sent him? Did he not expose a text message and email that Tracy sent him? Their behind the scenes conversations. Another bit of history. If y'all remember him exposing Rick's emails and stuff like that, let me know. If y'all remember him exposing Tracy's text messages and emails and Rick's text messages and emails. So that's what I knew as soon as we found out. Oh yeah, let me put this out here right here because you will not have anything on me that you can hold over my head. Think that you're going to direct me with or have you say. Mm-hmm. Because he normally he gets somebody else to releases the emails and stuff. But even the letter that his what's her name, Miss Mullins wrote him, he disguised it as, "Oh, I want to share this beautiful letter she wrote about me in club chat." But what that really was him to slick brag on himself, narcissistic behavior. But yeah, that's why I expose voice messages and um, text messages and stuff, because you're not going to catch me off guard. And that's why I exposed the most salacious stuff that I did. That's why he's mad. I exposed the most salacious stuff that I did. So you can't say, "Oh, I got something over him." I told you, you're not going to win this game. I don't like playing games, but when I start playing, I'm damn good at it. I exposed the most salacious stuff. So you can't say, "Oh, I got this over his head." That's what I always say. Whatever you say, we have to say stuff in our phones. Whatever you think you can put out there that's going to embarrass me, put it out. Or we put it out already. You know, anything you can say I did, already done. What's dangerous? Love the shot. But yeah, like I said, the most salacious thing that I sent him, I told y'all about already. That was the pictures. The most salacious, the most disturbing, the most uncalled for, the most inappropriate was the pictures. And you see, he hasn't released anything because there's nothing to release. But I said, I saw him turn on Tracy. I saw him turn on Rick. I saw him bring those people's personal information up there. Sure did. You're not gonna get me, buddy. You're not gonna get me, buddy. I'm not gonna be caught. You know what I'm saying? Dick in hand, figure of speech. Mm-mm. You will not have something to hold over my head to threaten me with, to silence me with. Of course. Love and care, exactly. Like I said, it became a game. I'll say just enough to get him to say something overboard. That's why the first, that's why I named the first video about this whole situation Pillow Talk. Because that's what he thought it was. Stay a day later in Vegas. I can't wait to do this and the other. I want to get close to you, husband, so he don't have to question what I do and what I say if I ask you to go somewhere with me. Okay. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I'm not like, it's not a brag, but it's like, damn, I'm just saying. But y'all, we've been on here for damn over 3 hours. We've been on for 3 hours. Yeah. I'm just saying, y'all. Mm-hmm. What? I ain't even do nothing, love and care. I ain't do nothing. Like I said, but the thing is, I'm an Aries, and they will tell you, like I said, we don't. We're very straightforward. We're very straight shooters, but at the same time, we're very much don't play with people. If it's between you and me, it'll be you every time. You know, we're cool, we're nice, we're all those things. But at the same time, we're very much. And once we get it out, we get it out. We don't. I don't. Like I said, first thing is, I don't even hate the individual. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I can just let it go. And that was the whole point. You know, I said from the beginning, I'm an asshole. I said that. I'm not nice. Show me that we're not friends. Show me we never were friends. And when you constantly attack and mess up and beat up and do stuff unprovoked, yeah, we're gonna have an issue with that. I don't have a problem with that. Just leave me alone. It's like, have you ever been to a fight before, like a physical fight, and you won the fight, and you won the fight? Um, like obviously you won the fight. You know what I'm saying? But the person's still walking around here, bloody, beat up, and bruised, saying they won. It's like that. It's like it's irritating. Like we're looking at you lose. We saw that you lost. Stop lying before you beat up again. Type of thing. There was just one guy when I was in junior high school. We got into a fight. He he lost. Everyone said he lost. Everyone knew I won the fight. But the next day he came in talking, oh yeah, I won that fight. I won that fight. I won that fight. He got beat up again. Just because. Because people who didn't see you lose, they saw you lost this time. They saw you lost this time. They saw you get drugged this time. So just be quiet. I'm not trying to fight you again, but you know because then not feel like I'm bullying you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bully. So just stop. Stop talking. You know, If I did something crazy, talk about it. Shit, I can't be mad if you talk about something I did crazy. Oh, can you can't hear, baby? I'm talking low because my husband's upstairs asleep. I don't want to get too loud. Exactly. You gotta tap it again. And that's why I say every time you open up his mouth and I hear it and I choose to respond and I don't like what he said, it's another tap, tap, tap. It just is what it is. I'm not trying to you know, I don't want to, but at the same time, you're not gonna keep lying. You're not gonna keep on poking and prodding unprovoked. You know? Yeah, not doing that. You will never win. You will never be seen as a winner when it comes to me in this situation because you're not. Like, it's obvious. It's so obvious. Yeah, it doesn't, it's a distraction for what he really wants to be. It's all that stuff is a distraction to who he wants to be, who how he wants to see how he wants people to see him as. Very true, love and care, and love to shop. That's why I said from the very beginning when I spoke to him was like, 'cause I know that that friendship relationship with him and James hurt him and bothered him. You know what I'm saying? And the fallout they had, I know it bothered him. And my thing was, I'm not a substitute for James. I said to him from the very beginning of this video, I'm not a substitute for James. If you're trying to talk to me and be around me and interact with me as a substitute for James, I'm not that. And I told him that. I'm not a substitute for James. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to um, mend that part of your brokenness with me. I'm not doing that. You know, so like I said, I saw from the very beginning. Like you're not going to use me for that. I'm willing to befriend you. I'm willing to be your friend and to build that with you, but it has to be on our own accord. It can't be because you want something from me or you're trying to fill a void that is no longer there. You know, and that's just what it was. Like, you know, and that's it. And listen, I don't, like I said, y'all know, as hard as I try to be, as stone as my heart is, I don't hate them people. I don't. But I'm not gonna. I can't let you talk crazy to me. I can't let you keep fucking with me. I can't. I just can't. You know. And that's my ego talking. You know. And but I'm in touch with that ego though. I'm in touch with that aspect of my ego. I can't sit here and let someone that I know that is weaker than me, that is not, you know, think they're gonna get over when I know you haven't got over. Like I said, when you can produce something that's more damaging than what I produced, then you won. I will go away quietly based on what you did. But if I choose to go away quietly because it's just I just am done with the whole situation, I will. But it won't be anytime soon, in the foreseeable future, I should say, because unless you stop. Mm. Mm. And even the people that he showed, like I said, even that right there. When I first saw the little sneak situation, whatever. Granted, we saw seen it before. We never saw it pulled together before. But we saw those little clips like that, and we heard about the little clips like that before. But it was like there's something there. But first of all, what, or at least how we will operate with two minds. You know what I'm saying? I said I can be your friend at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Watch you. I can be your friend and build a friendship with you, is not, but still see who you are. I'm not blind by people or blinded by people or blinded by shiny things. But one thing with that little show situation, now what the talent is, one thing is this: a good production team can produce some type of talent from you. But besides us here on YouTube in this sector of YouTube, what makes those people viable? We didn't know Nene, we didn't know Kim, we didn't know Sheree, we didn't know Deshawn, we didn't know Lisa. Those were the original, right? Was anybody else the original? It was Nene, Kim, Sheree, Deshawn, Lisa. Was it somebody else on the Housewives of Atlanta initially? Or whatever. We didn't know those people. What made them different was they're from Atlanta. Exactly. He just ate with, right. That was crazy. You know, we they lived behind the gates. There was a group of women from Atlanta who seemingly lived a certain lifestyle that we aspire or someone will aspire to live. That what got the show hooked. Then the feistiness and the attitude and this and third was not is what made it the number one show or number one franchise of the Housewives franchises. That will get you want to look at them. You aspire to be them. You aspire to live like them. You aspire to walk, talk, dress, whatever, date them. That will get you interested. On that show, who did you aspire to look like, be like, dress like, date? Now I realized that the cute little girl with the brown blonde hair, that was Sugar PYT, I think it was. Now she was cute. She was attractive. When I said there was nobody attractive on the show, she was attractive. I'm like, oh, who's that? She's cute. Okay, I was wrong. She was cute, but other than that, there was nothing to aspire to or want to date. You know, right? But yeah. So I don't know. I said, I kind of feel sorry. Kind of feel bad for them. Not what I did. I do them. It happened. Leave it alone. It won't happen. Leave it alone. You're gonna be exposed. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, but it wasn't even like. But then as we got to know them, as we got to know Greg and his wisdoms like that, we liked him. You know what I'm saying, for that. We liked him for being the stable, sound mind. You know what I'm saying, strength and things like that. But you know, the whole thing is you have a show like that, or have all these shows. If it's not the wives and the lifestyle, it's the husbands. You know what I'm saying? It's the people who are attractive. Because Phaedra looks totally different now than she did when she first started. When she first started, she had a box perm. You know what I'm saying? It's just There was something, right? There was something there. There was really, I mean, things was funny to us, but will the world find it funny? You know what I'm saying? Will the world find Wiley crazy funny? Will the world find Nicole delusion funny? Will the world find 5A? He wanted to have sex with me. Now, I found that funny because I know 5A. She's silly like that. But will the world find that funny? You know, will the world find it interesting that people who say they like each other, you know what I'm saying, but have a hard time because they're trying to vie for someone's attention? You know, like you look at stuff like that. But you know, that's just me. But y'all, it's going on 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But that's how she said it though, Love and Care. She said it like that. She said he wanted to have sex with me. Oh, like, why gotta be so much S in the sex? It was just, it was over exaggerated for no reason. That made it funny to me. But like I said, doesn't, I mean, besides knowing them, if I saw that, I'm like, look at this ragtag piece of people. You know, ill-fitting clothes, ratted clothes, bad makeup, daytime. I mean, nighttime makeup in the daytime. No one's like they got touched up. And you're like, yeah, like, okay, I see you. Have fun. I think it was a couple minutes ago. I think it was raining. Yeah, I mean, and my thing is like that. Like I said, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Then when he attacked me for no reason, let me go back and dissect this shit. Let me look at it carefully and closely. Oh, his stomach is showing. Oh, that shirt is wrinkled. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You didn't explain what you're talking about. You gave out a definition, but it was so general that it makes sense. Yeah, it's just it could be done better. It could have been done. Well, I would say better, differently. Could have been done differently. You know, there could have been some subtitles. There could have been some, but I understand he did it from his phone. But he does all the other stuff. Like people do all that on their phones and with computers and stuff. But yeah, y'all, I want to thank you so much for being here. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate y'all being here for damn 3 hours, 3+ hours, I should say. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Like I said, this is a history lesson of, why it is what it is. People think that it's coming out of nowhere. There's history there, and there's a lot of little moving parts in this history. You know what I'm saying? At least my aspect of it. Like I said, there's a lot going on these streets, whatever, but my history with the individual, a lot of people say he's a good person, he's a generous person, he's this, that, and third, he's the best thing since sliced bread or the best thing since cornbread. All I can say is that was in my experience. My experience wasn't him being a great person. My experience was, you know, saying, me trying to cultivate a friendship with someone who is incapable of doing so. That's just my experience, you know. And my experience doesn't negate your experience. My experience doesn't um, distract or deter you from having a good experience with this individual. I'm just saying my experience. This is my history with this individual. Like I said, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like me. He can be your favorite. He can be the one that you choose to support regardless of or despite of, I should say. And that's fine with me. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying, make you feel bad about your decisions. No, I'm just saying this is my experience. This was my experience with this individual. And if I told a lie, please let me know what the lie was. If he can disprove what I said, I'll be happy to, you know what I'm saying, be disproven, you know. But I think that y'all see, hear, realize, or have seen, heard, realized for the past several years that my story is very consistent. My story is very consistent. What I said has been very consistent. Love it, like it. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Love me, like me, hate me, whatever. It is what it is. Thank you all so much for being here, you guys. It is late. Hope you guys have a great Labor Day, rest of the Labor Day weekend. Um, if y'all cooking, enjoy yourselves. Be good. Be happy. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Put your thing down. I love you guys so much for being here. Love you guys so much for your support and listening. Even the people in the bushes who's hating, who's been here for how long they've been here. People who have came and went. Thank y'all as well. Whoever liked the video, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it as well. But as always, it's not important that I love you guys. It's important you love yourself, love someone else, respect yourself, and definitely respect someone else. Y'all have a great evening. This is your boy Food Jerky. This was just a little bit of history for you guys as to why I will behave the way I behave with that individual. When they stop, I'll stop. But won't stop, don't stop. Or don't stop, won't stop. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Peace.